Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Timing pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Here's what I love most about the Braylon Edwards Show, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4. Honestly, most of the best stuff we have is before we come on camera. So the camaraderie's fantastic. I love that. As an old guy, I get frustrated with interruptions, but I'll deal with that. I love the banter back and forth. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're with us on a trade deadline Thursday, and maybe more importantly, a Lions preseason opener Thursday!
Lions, baby! Woo! Yeah!
We made it, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you
Lions
look forward to
fans.
more? That's a simple question.
Yeah.
Do you look forward to the trade deadline or the first preseason game of 4 that you know most of your guys ain't playing?
You know what's funny is with either of them, you don't see the result until later. Like, it literally, you don't see the result until later.
Yeah.
But I would say the NFL. I would say the preseason. Realistically, baseball is going to be what it is, regardless of the moves that they make, and we'll get into that. I know Shep's maybe excited, maybe not, but we'll get into that.
So much so that we've got one shoe on the table, one shoe on our feet.
Hey.
But you
I
know
mean,
what?
it's blown us away.
This is 1 foot in, one
What-
foot out.
Oh,
There you go. Hey,
This is 1 foot
Much
in,
like
1
the
foot out.
Tigers.
This is 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what do you know?
Zing! KG just goes.
KG came in ready.
And
He's
that's why I
already
tell him to
ready.
sit in the chair every single day. That's why I tell you to
Especially
sit
when we're
there.
talking
Hey, let me
Tigers,
tell you
right?
something. We're going to call him Robin Hood. 'Cause
Robin Hood?
He's just
Just
arrows.
let him go like Hawkeye.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of Hawkeye, I got something I'm so excited about, man. I got so excited about this little Marvel Lions comparison. But shoes on the desk because it just came out, man. And, you know, as a kid, these are shoes that I wanted. And it took me 42 years, but here they are. Here they are nonetheless.
All right. That's what's up.
Rare
Good drop.
What are they?
Jordan Rare Airs.
Okay. And why did it take you 42 years?
Oh, my mom didn't play that. My mom wasn't buying Jordans.
God
My
love
mom,
you,
my
man.
mom,
God
my
love
dad,
you.
they weren't.
You know
They
what?
were not. It's
Just wanna-
crazy because
Yeah.
they
And
spent
she's a really good
120 for
cook.
football cleats stuff.
She's a really good cook. Just want to kiss her right now.
Those were
Forget
investments.
the
Those cleats
Jordans.
were investments. And
True.
it paid off.
The gloves, the cleats, the pads, all that,
Yeah,
they
those
were
were
investments.
investments.
But my mom wasn't playing that about some Jordans. So all the Jordans that came out back in the day when I couldn't get them, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on that path, if you will.
One of my sons one time was cleaning his room and he had a Michael Jordan jersey on the floor. And
How
I
dare
literally walked in. I said, "Hey, what the hell is that?" And he said, "What?" I said, "What the hell is that? Get
No,
it
that's
out
not
of
my
here!
hard-earned money on the floor.
Get it out of here!
You're right.
I want nothing to do with it." So literally made him take it. I threw that damn thing away. I'll pay you for the
because
jersey
of the Bulls, because of the rivalry back then.
for a number of reasons.
Uh-oh.
The Bulls
Okay.
and Jordan himself. Absolutely. 100%. If you're going to sit there and tell the world that the Pistons are not good for the game of basketball, screw you. Never forgive it.
I agree.
Doesn't mean I can't say he's the greatest player of all time.
Business, man. I'm
Yeah.
getting fired up, actually.
He is the greatest player of all time. I can admit that.
Doesn't mean you have to like him.
That doesn't mean I got to like him.
Yeah,
Okay?
I agree.
But I sure as hell admire how good of a basketball player he was. But saying that pissed me off and pisses me off to this day about the Pistons.
we
You're my spirit animal
We
right
see.
now, Shep.
Yeah, that energy is always interesting in terms of, you know, Isaiah Thomas welcomed Michael Jordan into Chicago with open arms.
Oh,
He took
talk
care
about
of
it,
him,
bro.
had him at the house, had him at the crib, introduced him to the neighborhood. Like the elements, if you would.
Yeah.
He put the elements on Jordan, so Jordan never had to worry about all that BS. I just don't like how that relationship turned out. You can say what you want to on the court and who got left off the team, and we know what happened. I don't like how he forgot about that part. Like, if I sit down with your moms, like if you open up your neighborhood to me, if you open up your house to me, your home, your family, your parents, we're always going to be connected as family because you didn't have to do so.
That's right.
That's the one thing about that relationship where I don't know the situation, but I know Michael Jordan is dead ass wrong. That man opened up his home to you, and then it turned out like it did. So I just never liked that aspect of it. I still like Jordan. I still had the Jordan jersey, but I definitely understand what you mean by that.
That is so well said.
Yeah.
Bravo to you. Real quick, before we're going to dive into it because these are the things that people want to talk about for sure. I will say this. How many times do you guys, I don't care if you're going for gas or you're going in the grocery store or how many times do you pick the wrong lane?
Oh, a lot.
I pick it literally every single flipping time. I was at the grocery store before I came here today, 2 people deep in one, the other one person deep, and they're paying.
Yeah.
And it's still the wrong lane. You know why? Because Grandpa could not use the debit card.
Not Grandpa.
Man.
Couldn't use it. Hey, somebody's going to say that about me someday.
How old is Grandpa?
Grandpa's advanced.
Okay.
Anyway,
Say less.
he's
I'm
got
like,
it.
you know,
He's
you,
trying to tap. He's trying to tap. It's not tapping. He's trying to install. Won't install. Finally had to, pull out the cash and get exact 78.60 right on the nose.
Oh, of course.
Right? Meanwhile, they're flying through, like they've got a speed pass next to me. And I'm thinking to myself, this is unbelievable. It doesn't matter how many people are in lane. I picked the wrong lane every time.
2 things. Thing one, see, I misinterpreted that. I thought you were talking about the side, and I had a funny joke. I was going to say, well, when I'm on that gas, I tend to forget what side my gas tank is on, a little double entendre. But
I see what you did.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody did
There's
it.
an arrow.
Wake up,
There's an arrow at your.
There's also, it was in high context. I was saying gas and gas.
Ricky's
But
trying to be the
Some
mechanic.
people don't know. Wait, I've been in the car with multiple people who didn't know that was an arrow. There was an arrow to let you know what side it's on. That's the only reason I said it.
You're talking about on the gas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was cracking a joke about being high at the gas pump.
right.
No,
Right.
But
Just ruined,
neither
stepped
here
on the
nor
joke.
there.
I'm high.
Right.
Thank you, Jesus Christ! I'm trying to tell you that.
It was good.
But maybe that was a way of slowing down. How much time did you lose in waiting for Grandpa? Did you lose much? Were you late?
It's an excellent point. It's probably
might
about.
be guys slowing you down.
I would guess
Dang.
between 3.5 to 4 minutes or so.
Okay.
And you're 100% right. I actually thought about that. Maybe this is a sign for me to just relax for a moment.
Maybe you needed a break. Yeah.
Okay. Instead of rushing, passing everybody, and hustling out to my car, where am I hurrying to go? Well, I'm hurrying to come to the Braylon Edwards show, of course. But you're absolutely right.
Remember what happened last week when I was trying to rush in the house to use the restroom?
Oh, yeah.
Crack my chin, crack my lips. So I'm very much on the side of patience, at least in the last week.
Yeah.
How's that healing, by the way?
It's healing fine. On the inside of your mouth, you have is it Fola? You have Fola, and that basically is the agent that works to heal so fast inside your mouth.
Yeah.
So
It heals, yeah.
they just put a little bit of rinse in there, and the human body did what the human body does. The greatest machine in the world.
Let's dive into some baseball real quick, and then I'm really excited to talk football with you. We've got a top 10 list for Braylon Edwards coming up here.
Elite top 10 list.
Elite. He thinks it's elite.
Yeah.
It
I
is
cheated
elite.
and I peaked, man.
It
It's
is
dope.
elite. It is.
Same.
You peaked?
I peaked.
Cheater.
I have to,
Cheater.
but it's
we,
dope.
we work on the graphics, so we have to see
It's gonna be fun, man.
Good
It's
job,
going
Mark
to be
McGuire.
fun.
We appreciate that. So,
Andros
Bring
Dial
back
stick. It was legal at the time.
yeah, okay. All right.
bring back roids.
All right. We digress, Barry Bonds. So my question to a lot of people with the trade deadline right now, are you satisfied? It's a simple yes or no. Did Scott Harris, and we still have till 6 o'clock, okay, the time of the hearing, we still have under 4 hours. But as of right now, knowing what you thought they had to address, are you satisfied with what they've done?
I was gonna ask you effectively.
That's a
this,
tough
man.
question.
Yeah, like, what is he cooking effectively?
Satisfied may be a strong word. Okay.
You're unmoved.
I'm unmoved, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, they added 4 pitchers, 3 relievers. You added a starter. Like, your best thing that you've done in the last 2 years is pitching. So when they target the bullpen, you tried to make what you do better. You tried to make that even better. So you did that. You didn't get the bat yet. Like you said, you got just under 4 hours left. At this point, you believe in the team. And if that's the case, you made what you do better, which is pitching. I'm okay with it. I'm not satisfied, but I'm okay.
Here's what I battle against myself with. I know they've been good enough to be one of the best teams in the American League.
Yeah.
But that's while other teams stood pat. Now that Seattle has added, Houston has added, the Yankees have added, the Blue Jays have added, can we really say that despite what Detroit has added? So KG's a big Chris Paddock guy. It was like the number one starting pitcher he wanted. He got what he wanted.
All right, let's not do that.
He's all fired up. He's like, Shep, did you see what he did last night? I'm like, yeah, against an Arizona team, sure, go right ahead. Toot that horn.
Toot that thing.
Forget Randy Dobnak. My God,
Yeah,
please,
we ain't
stop.
talk about
okay?
him.
Rafael Montero.
5 ERA.
His postseason numbers are good.
Yeah.
15 career postseason. Not bad, okay?
Championship
2.5. There's a lot of guys who've won championships. Doesn't mean I want them right now. But he knows what it takes. Paul Sewald does nothing for me. And I like Kyle Finnegan a lot. Now,
Great move.
I would have rather had David Bednar or Pete Fairbanks, but I like Kyle Finnegan a lot.
Yeah.
I think you've got to have guys at the back end of your bullpen who have swing and miss. He doesn't have as much as he had a couple of years ago, but I do like him. He's got 20 saves. I think he's a reliable guy. He makes me more comfortable than some of the guys they have coming out of their bullpen. It lengthens their bullpen, so that's great. The right-handed bat is still a bit of an issue, but most people feel like, well, you're getting Kerry Carpenter back. You're getting certain guys you think are going to perform at a certain level. I think that's a risky expectation. Maybe they do something. Probably not with a bat, unless it's Marcell Ozuna, which would be fantastic.
I would love it.
Then you would say it's probably a B-plus trade deadline for Scott Harris. But as of right now, it's not a B-plus, right?
What would you give it?
Yeah, what would you give it, and what would it take to move you? I think that's the biggest thing. And Suarez, we get it, and maybe that's why Will Vest threw it Suarez. He knew he wouldn't come here, but
Yeah.
what would it take to
Well,
move
he said he wanted to come here, and everybody was all, giddy over that. But
Yeah.
they forget at the All-Star break, he also said Seattle feels like home. So he's going to Seattle, and Seattle had to give up. Seattle had to give up something.
Yeah.
They had to give up quite a bit. So I give Seattle some credit. They feel like with their additions, Josh Naylor included, and their healthy arms, that they're going to be a contender. Okay, they gave up 3 prospects, none of them earth-shattering. It's not the Phillies trade. Phillies gave up 2 top 100 prospects. Now, Yohan Duran is a guy who's 27, has 2 more years of control. That's a big deal.
He was going to cost.
So it was going to cost you, but he's still in the prime. Yeah. What the Tigers have done, Finnegan's 34. It's going to be the end of his he's getting up there in years. All right, Sewald does nothing for me. I doubt Chris Paddock is back here, but we'll see. That would surprise me. Would you have given up the equivalent? You can't always play this game. Of your 9, 16, and 17 prospects for a guy like Eugenio Suarez, who has 36 bombs and an OPS of 898. And when people sit there and go, well, I don't think he's going to continue in this row, he's had close to 50 homers in his career. Who says he's not going to continue?
Says it's the first time that they've had 2 players on the same team with 35 or more bombs heading into, is it August, since Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris?
Been that long?
Yeah, since the Yankees back
61?
in 60. Yeah, the 61 Yankees, I believe. Yeah. So, and people are wondering, 9 is Max Anderson.
Yeah.
He's a second baseman. They've got a lot of middle infielders. He's at AA. 16 is Joseph Montalvo. KG, you know who that is?
Absolutely not.
Right? And 17 is Dylan Smith, who we've seen at the major league level and have been so impressed that they sent him back down. So I'm not saying that's what would have gotten Eugenio Suarez, and I'm not calling Scott Harris out on this, but what he's done so far, to me, has not necessarily moved the needle I think, for a lot of Tigers fans.
I agree, and I feel like this is more what happened last year. Last year, we know that they did not believe in what that team was. They just ran the guys out there. We'll see what happens, and the rest is history. And so they didn't necessarily feel the need to move this year. You added a couple key pieces in Gleyber Torres, a couple pitchers, but you didn't necessarily go for the moon. They really want to see what this young ball club has. They really feel like they're way ahead of schedule from where they were 2 years ago. And I feel like they're continuing that energy, and that's what this feels like. It feels like no matter what we want or what we think the move should or could be, they're just like, you know what? We're ahead of schedule. We believe in where we are. We're still in this space. Let's ride this thing, get a couple pitches, and see how far we can ride it out.
Yeah, I agree with this man when we talk about protecting your top 5 prospects, or top 5 because they're all top 100.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting, but I do believe there were, and I don't know this for a fact, but there's got to be deals based on what we've seen deals done. There had to be some deals out there where you wouldn't have to surrender your top 100 prospects. If he wants to hold tight to that vest, I support him in that regard. But I think there were other opportunities where you could have surrendered other members within your organization, Max Anderson's a really good point, to upgrade your team right now. I think a lot of it has to do with whether or not people feel like this team is ready to win right now.
Yeah.
And my response to that is always this. How wide open is Major League Baseball? Most people would tell you it's wide open.
It is. I don't think it's as wide open as you would think it is, but in terms of the American League, it's definitely open for the American League. Now, National League is a little bit more of a conversation, but what I wanted to ask Bray and you, Shep, do you think that Scott Harris is working around certain parameters? Because that would kind of explain the strategy and, you know, them kind of low-cost, effective moves, trying to do it by volume.
Financial. Say it. Do you think he got marching orders from his owner that you're not going to spend money? That's what you're asking.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a factor and why some of these moves were made?
I absolutely think it's a factor. No question.
I definitely agree with you. I think it's a factor. I think people always forget that there are 2 teams that are owned by the same entity. And therefore, the money is going out to 2 different franchises in the city. One's going to the Red Wings, one going to the Tigers. So there's not as much cash that you can move around. So, yeah, I think he is handicapped to a certain extent.
So if that's the case, then why – and I get it. It's not the names that people want. I understand that. But when you look at this in totality, everybody said we need multiple relief pitchers. Everybody said that we need a bat. Okay, cool. They essentially went out and did everything we wanted them to do minus the bat. Now, there's still time for that, and hopefully they do get a bat with some pop in here, preferably right-handed. But when you look at the relief and starting pitching situation, they did it by volume. They went and got a lot of low, cost-effective guys with good stuff that maybe, you know, are older or, you know, maybe that Chris Fetter can make a reclamation project, and you might get 1 or 2 guys out of those 4 or 5 that could work going forward. I don't think it's the worst strategy in the world. Like he attacked needs that were absolutely obvious on this team. It's just not the names.
Yeah, I think a lot depends on. That's a very generic comment when you say they needed starting pitching and bullpen health. That's why I always tell people, be more specific, please, because that's like saying you need a wide receiver when it's a slot, or you need a big receiver like Braylon.
Right.
You're not playing 2 slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I was very specific. I wanted a front-end starter. There's a difference between that and Chris Paddock.
True.
I wanted a back-end reliever. There's a difference between Montero and Seawald and a back-end reliever. Now, you got it in Kyle Finnegan.
Yeah, I was about to say, would you agree, Kyle Finnegan?
Which is great. Okay. So AJ doesn't believe in that stuff. He's going to use them all. That's cool, too. I think the Tigers were banking on guys coming back, getting healthy, and contributing more so than the other way around. I could be wrong, but I do believe that was the factor as much as anything else. And the fact that they held tight to their vest about certain guys. Every team that is kicking the proverbial tires with the Tigers, or that the Tigers are, they are asking about the same guys. They're getting shut down right away.
Yeah.
Detroit has the #1 farm system in Major League Baseball. It's not just because of the top 5 guys. Yeah. It's because of depth, too. All I'm saying is I wanted somebody a little bit more impactful from a starting pitcher standpoint, and I would have loved a right-handed stick. I wouldn't give up high prospects for rentals, but there were guys out there who are not rentals I think you could have acquired for by still protecting your top 100 prospects.
And I can get that point. I'm just at the point where you were really going to get a savior at the trade deadline. Could there have been some moves made? You can obviously debate that, but with this strategy, I think that I don't think it's the worst strategy in the world, because when you look at how they did it last year, they lacked variety. Pitching chaos was the big word that they used. You know, you had a lot of just mix of relievers, and you had one starting pitcher, and you had to do that out of necessity. This year, it looks a little bit different. I think you'll have more options of guys that hopefully will be healthy around that time, and you can interchange parts. We all know A.J. Hinch is great at playing the matchups. I think this works right into his favor, and you go with the hot hand right now. Now, multiple.
You say it's hopefully. That scares the hell out of me.
That's all we got to go off of.
Well, you could have had more to offer. That's all you have to offer now, because you didn't make the deal that I wanted.
True.
Yeah.
That's my point.
And that's kind of where I'm at, too. That's why I was like, I wonder what he's cooking. I was waiting to see exactly what you guys felt about this, because Scott Harris's own words was what? Aggressive. And I know that things change as it relates to how the rotation has kind of fallen off, and how, you know, the team overall. We've seen them go through a little bit of a slump here. I still thought, though, that what we would have seen at this trade deadline would have been something that was aggressive to the tune
Remind
of
me
World
with the aggressive.
Series.
Remind me with that word. I thought he said we weren't going to do anything, in so many words, earth-shattering. I thought that was his
changed
recent
it a little bit later, but
Okay.
earlier on early on when the Tigers were hot, probably about 40 games in, he said, "Oh, we're going to be aggressive at the trade deadline." And obviously, when things started changing, that changes up what you're able to do.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
look at
why
what
I
he
wonder
said.
now,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like, where are they at now in the scheme of not were these moves good moves, but where are they right now in the scheme of that same World Series expectation this year, and not just the long term?
I think the other thing, Kool-Aid, is so many people feel like, whether it's true or not, that you have and I hate this phrase, but I'll use it because everybody's used it, a window with Tarek Skubal. The assumption, and oftentimes that's very unfair, it's scary to use assumption, but the assumption is that you're not going to have him much longer, so you've got to go for it
right now. That's
right now.
Dog, that's what I'm talking about.
And I don't think as a general manager you can do that.
Sometimes
because you believe that you can re-sign him.
Sometimes as a general manager, I believe in that front office position. Sometimes you overplay your hand. I think sometimes you overplay your hand. I think that may be a situation that could have happened in this particular instance. You think of the season, you start the season, we'll be aggressive at the trade deadline, et cetera. We're good. We have this lead. We're ahead. You're looking at what it is. It's the Tigers. It's the Yankees. This is what the teams that you're comparing yourself to. You'll win your division. We'll worry about the Yankees down the line. Up, here come the Blue Jays. Up, here come the Mariners. Up, the Mariners passes. Up, the Blue Jays are now interested in the same
Here's
process.
the Astros.
Here's
right?
the Astros interested in the same thing. I think you waited too late, and now there are much more excitable options with much more money willing to give up more. Now you put yourself behind the 8-ball. I think sometimes when you be the smartest person in the room, it comes back to bite you.
I think when they were the first team to reach 50, 40, 50, 60, most people would say they're good enough to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Now I would ask those same people, are they good enough to win the World Series?
But
that's why people
chat that, man.
But that's why people like me was kind of ahead of the curve. I never thought this was a World Series team, although they got off to this great start and everything. I said ALCS or bust, because last year they could have absolutely made it if Tarek Skubal had it just, he gave you all he had and he had nothing else left. But ultimately, I feel like where this team is now, 2026 offseason, I would feel more like the general public.
Press.
Yeah, like let's go all in that year.
That's fair.
This year,
What-
it was kind of unexpected what the Tigers are doing right now.
It's unexpected after the way they finished last year. It's unexpected.
Yeah, it's unexpected that they would get to 60 wins before any other team in the MLB.
Sure, but I'm
nobody
talking
saw
about-
them as
but
the best
leading
team in all of
but
baseball.
But leading the
statistics.
division and being a threat. If you win the division, you're a threat to win an American League championship.
Baseball, for
okay,
sure.
so I don't think it's a surprise. What makes 2026? What makes the off season more important this coming off season than the time that they're having right now?
Because that's the actual last year of Skubal, and that is also another opportunity to improve your team from where it is now. There's not much you can do at a trade deadline this late in the season. So that's why I'm not sweating.
Don't tell Seattle that.
Yeah, and I hear you. But once again, if we agree that he's working under certain parameters, he's done what he can do under the parameters he was given. And I think while it's not the best, it's serviceable enough to be like, okay, I'm good. If you can get it back as a fan, I'm good. And let's just see where the chips fall.
Is it fair to add to KG's part? Is it fair to add still trying to figure out who this team was in 2025?
Thank you. It's a part of that.
How long is it going to take you to figure it out?
I think now you know. I think now you know.
So they have the second best record in the American League. Now you know. And you're saying let the chips fall where they may?
I mean, we didn't know 2 weeks ago. Everybody was freaking out about this 2-week stretch by the Tigers when they were still one of the better teams in baseball. I get it to a certain degree, but what you have gone off for, what you have so far is, okay, a couple years of them being bad and a year and a half of them being good. We still don't truly know what the core pieces of this team are. Like we know
that
we
would
know
concern
some.
me if you don't know what the core pieces of the team are. But, I would use Baltimore as an example on how quickly things can change. Okay, I'm sure Baltimore wishes they had done something last year. 2 years ago, they won the American League East. Last year, they made the playoffs. Neither time they made the World Series. They might be kicking themselves in their own ass, wondering what the hell should we have done. We should have done more.
Right, but
so
to that
now
point,
we
they thought they had it.
Okay,
they thought they had a core, and they
their
really
prospects are a hell of a lot better than Detroit's prospects. Okay, so what you're saying is this offseason, you're hoping for fill in the blank, and you think this is the most important year because Scooble's going to be going into his final year. You might be screwed because every single team's like, I'm not trading for him. He's going to be a free agent.
That's true.
Okay,
but are they really trying to trade him at this point? You done waited too long to trade him. I would have did that last trade deadline.
But that's where I think this thing is starting to become something that you question just a little bit more. You scrutinize just a little bit more because as much as we believe they can do something this offseason, other teams are also out there trying to do stuff this offseason too, just like we saw at this trade deadline. And that's the part of it. That's like other teams are not just waiting by saying, you know what, it's the Tigers' time right now to go out there and win. The last time they did that, the Tigers almost probably had a generational lineup, pitching staff, had generational bats. They just didn't get it done. They're not trying to let Detroit just waltz back in there. And all of a sudden you see them get hot over the last part of last season. Best team in baseball over those last 40 games. The rest of baseball was like, they saw this half. If the Tigers are still trying to figure it out, the rest of these other teams at the trade deadline,
we get caught in our own little silos, man. Because if you don't think Boston's going to try to improve, Toronto feels pretty good. New York's going to try to improve. Baltimore's going to try and respond. Texas is going to respond. Obviously, Houston wants to be where they are. Detroit's not the only team that's going to go into 2026 and go, you know what? We're pretty close. There's a lot of teams that feel like they're pretty damn close.
Yeah. But whose fault is that ultimately? That's on your owner. You got to spend money eventually in this game. Until they put a salary cap in place, you have to compete. And the only way to compete is to spend at some point. So that's why I look at the 2026 offseason and what they've done this year and what they will eventually do. And it's like, okay, it's time for you to end up.
I don't disagree with any of that, and I know we got to hit a break.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. At this stage, in the trade deadline, it's not about spending money. It's about losing prospects.
I get you.
Okay? That's the difference. You can blame it on the owner, and that's fine. But in this situation, when you're at the trade deadline, that owner is telling the GM in so many words, go do what you got to do. Because a lot of these guys, Eugenio Suarez, how much more money are you going to spend? You're willing to spend the rest of Rafael Montero's contract that was, I think he's going to make $11 million this year? I mean, come on.
That was surprising to me.
Okay.
It was. Yeah.
It's about prospects. You know what's a really good prospect? When you try to save some type of situation, the legal situation they might be in, Ven Johnson's the guy who's going to save you.
Ben Johnson will save you. He actually will fight for you because Ben Johnson is the fighter. VenFights.com. That's where you go if you want to hire his services. I'm telling you, tough, tenacious trial lawyers. That's what you get when you get Ben Johnson Law. And look, settlement or verdict, it does not matter. Either way, they want the smoke. Like I said, tough, tenacious, they are trial lawyers. Ben Johnson is the guy for you. It is the place for you. Let Ben Johnson Law represent you today.
Now, I usually don't disclose what I do after the show, but I will let you know that I will be getting in the massage chair that KG's sitting in when I get out of this show. Just let everybody know that's what I'm doing, man. If you're looking to upgrade your relaxation game, check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. They're the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with the top brands of massage chairs like Infinity and Osaki. They are located at the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan. He's the wellness doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel, and you know that those massage chair review channels It's a lot of them, man. He's the number one. Book a visit right now, massagechairhouse.com, or scan that QR code right above me. Massage Chair House, your ticket to the ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Summer's heating up and Feldman's clearing space for the incoming new models. That means massive markdowns during Feldman's hot summer sale. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $189 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $209 a month. Inventory's moving fast, and when it's gone, it's gone. So don't sweat the search. Just get to Feldman. More locations, more inventory, more ways to save. The hot summer sale is on at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
I love this stuff. Hey, look, you already know. Get a jump on this, all right? Scan that QR code above my head so you guys can already get to being with these Feldman deals. I want to always say Feldman of Novi, Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, but actually, they're Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer with 5 locations in Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, Lansing, and Novi. This month's specials include the 2025 Silverado 1500 Crew. You can lease that for $189 a month, or the 2026 Equinox LT and lease that for $209 a month. Unless you got that Shep money, you can just lease them both. You see what I did there, Shep? This offer ends August 10th, so get there quick. Again, scan that QR code over my head, and you guys already know what's happening in the morning. It's Sean Belegian in the morning with Maz. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's two of Detroit sports legends. They team up to bring you bold takes, big laughs, and unfiltered Detroit sports talk. Expect breaking news, guest interviews, interactive segments, and that classic Detroit fire. So grab your coffee and start your mornings with real Detroit sports radio only on the Woodward Sports Network. And we back.
Okay, I absolutely do. There's nothing better than having a good, knowledgeable sports conversation with people who truly appreciate what they're talking about. It's all coming from a really good place. Shep. So love that. Thank you for that. I hope everybody is good with that and understands where we're coming from. All right, let's get to some football. Because the Lions open tonight against the Chargers. Yes. Yesterday we talked about the fact that Tate Ratledge is not going to play. Tyleik Williams is not going to play. Braylon, give me the guys you're looking forward to seeing most tonight and why. And please, before you do, can we not use Hendon Hooker as the flippant answer? Because that's low-hanging fruit.
What? The Hooker Bowl?
First of all, he's not starting.
He's not.
Jared Goff's not going to play.
You're breaking hearts right now.
Jared Goff's not going to play. All reports have Kyle Allen starting. But Jared Goff's not going to play. So who else are we going to watch? Of course we're going to be watching quarterback. That is a given. I want somebody off your proverbial beaten path on who you're going to watch and what you're looking forward to seeing most.
Thank you for telling me who I can't say. I appreciate
you're welcome.
that. I appreciate that.
Shep Show. Shep Show.
I know, right? All of a sudden now, but I wasn't going to say him anyway. Side note, I always get excited about preseason, man, especially like the start of it. Like my first preseason game was the second game of the preseason. I held out, shocking, you know what it is. But first preseason game, it was here in Detroit.
Was it really?
That's what's up.
First preseason game I ever played in was in Detroit.
I need to hear about that.
And
that's fire.
Game-winning touchdown.
Hey,
wait.
He gonna have
you cried.
He's gonna
look it up.
I know. I'm not gonna.
Look it up.
I don't want to get too geeky here.
Look,
Do me a favor. Can you take us through the emotional standpoint of that? Did you stay at home or did you stay in the team hotel? What was that like?
It was crazy. You know, obviously, got drafted 2005. This is 2005. I held out. So when I signed my contract, it was the day of the first preseason game against the Giants. They didn't let me play in that. Fast forward, in Detroit the following week, it was great. I had 50 tickets. I didn't stay with my family, but went over to the house, had everybody, saw everybody in the preseason. It was the nerves were there. I've done this a million times. I'm coming from Michigan, but now it was a fresh set of nerves. It's like starting over again, if you will. And then there's a lot of pressure on you being a number one pick or being a first round draft pick, third pick overall. There's a lot of pressure on you. So first play, caught a slant, kind of shaking the cobwebs off. In my next series, they threw a big post over the middle of the field. R.W. McQuarters, I think was the safety.
Yeah.
He was checking me, and it was a bad throw. R.W. McQuarters made a great play. He got an interception. So now I'm like, damn, I already had somebody take an interception from me already. This is not what it is. I'm already thinking in my head about kind of what's the thought process going to be. Oh, he's not this, he's not that. That pressure is real. Like, because that was my thought process in that game after that interception. It wasn't the next play. It wasn't, all right, I'll get it back. It was, damn, I wonder if they would have got somebody else. So fast forward, they take the starters out, second team guys out, and they're playing undrafted free agents, the 4 guys. And we get in this situation where we're down in the red zone, and I look up at Romeo Cornell. It's about 2 minutes left. I said, Coach, put me back in. No, we can't put you in, Braylon. I'm like, put me back in. No. Finally, now it's about 40 seconds left, and they're on the 5-yard line. I go to him again, Coach, put me in the game. He puts me in. They throw a fade on Mike Eccles, I want to say, out of Wisconsin, who I already knew. Caught it, fade, touchdown, back in the end zone, and, it kind of started the journey. So it started here in Detroit.
That's awesome.
100%. Full circle moment.
I think from that full circle moment, the only cooler story might be that Jerome Bettis played his final game in the Super Bowl in Detroit.
So hurt he couldn't get in that end zone.
Yeah.
Because they tried.
Right? Yeah.
They tried to get him in the end zone.
I was on the field for that, and I saw I saw a lot of guys who left the Lions and went to Pittsburgh, as you know. Kevin Colbert, for example.
Charlie.
And Charlie. So have had a chance to know those guys for a long time. And I remember Kevin Colbert comes out of the tunnel as, the confetti's, and he saw me. And I said, Kevin, I am so happy for you. And we got a hug. I was able to talk to Jerome Bettis. Not that he knows me, but just congratulate him. It was an awesome feeling. For them, that must have been as close as you could get, at least early in your career for that part.
Coolest thing is I asked Jerome. I told you I grew up around Jerome. Yeah. Jerome's my big brother. It's my OG. I appreciate him and all the things that he did and continues to do. I asked him that question. I said, to have this Hall of Fame career, to finally get a chance to play in the dance and to not score, and another running back is MVP. Like Willie Parker was MVP of the game, if I'm not correct.
I think so.
It was either Willie Parker or Hines Ward.
Yeah. Now that you say Hines,
it might have been Hines.
I didn't think it was Hines Ward just because Ben Roethlisberger was so bad.
Yeah, he was horrible. I think it's either Willie Parker or Hines Ward.
Okay.
Because Antoine Randall's touchdown he threw was to Hines Ward, and I think Hines had like 150 that game.
Yeah, maybe,
it's Hines or Willie Parker.
Maybe it was. Okay, but either way.
Yeah. Long story short,
what did Jerome say?
Jerome's all-team guy, man.
Yeah.
Jerome's all-team. He said, man, I don't care about that, man. I got a ring, baby. I got a ring, baby. What's up? I got a ring. So he didn't care. He was a team guy.
Yeah.
And I know he would tell me the real. I know he would be like, man, that's some BS or is that. He said, it does not care. I got a ring. It was that boy's time, and I had to step my old ass on the side. That's what he told me. He said, I had to step on. He didn't say it like that. I may have embellished.
I felt a lot of disappointment for the same reason.
It is.
There it is. That's nice.
That was in 2010 when I played for the Jets.
That's right. Yeah,
that was also a touchdown.
That's not your rookie year, but that's still pretty. That's a good get.
I like Fort Field. What can I say?
Yeah. Look, nice concentration. The guy's all over you too.
Oh, here's
not Glover Quinn.
Here is a tip. No, this is
well, you see the 2 on the front of the jersey.
It's 27. He went to Missouri. His name starts with an A. Alfonso. Alfonso Smith. I think it's it is Smith.
God, those Lions uniforms suck. Sorry.
This gives you an insight of how fast
keep it real, Shep.
They switch on you. You went to University of Michigan. Okay, so this is a good story. Went to University of Michigan. This is in Detroit. Tons of Michigan fans at this place. They're cheering for the Lions. Blah blah blah. I had gotten a DUI earlier this season. We come here. this is home. Like, I've been getting it on the road. Every team we play, they got the signs out, Braylon's this, Booze and that, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. It's fans.
Booze is in
Like
B-O-O-S, not B-O-O-Z-E, you're saying.
No, Booze as in B-O-Z-E. This is after a DUI.
Oh,
So
okay.
This is all alcohol.
I thought you meant
like
people.
they're not drinking at the game.
I thought you
100%.
meant people were booing. Okay.
Well, they're booing, but they're booing and using booze and all
Gotcha.
these kind of jokes and themes. And
Yeah.
I don't mind on the road, Miami, Pittsburgh is what it is. We're in Detroit. I'm from here. I was born around the corner. In fact, where I was born is your provider. It's Henry Ford. I'm like, I went to Michigan. I said the very people that had the signs had on Michigan stuff. And it's like, get an Uber. You're drunk and blah blah blah. I'm like, damn, this is my hometown. I said, I'm so appalled. Nah, but it was cool. But long story short, I'm a receiver. I'm looking forward to the receivers. I want to see what Isaac Tesla has. We've been talking about this kid since they drafted him. You're talking about the creativity, excitement, the upside. Like, what do you have? And this is going to be one of those moments where they're going to allow him some rope.
Yes.
They're going to allow him to get out there. They're going to allow him to get active. They're going to allow him to make some plays.
I like to hear this.
Let's see what you have. Because this is when you see if somebody has the ability to help you earlier, help you this year. Because if he goes out there and he has some fun, like I told you the Victor Cruz story, now you play him again in the second preseason game. Now you start to see him taking some second-team reps in week 3 and week 2.
Yeah.
Excited to see him as well as Dominic Levet out of Georgia.
Yeah.
Boy has hands. He's got speed. He's got some elusiveness. I like him in returns, too. Khalif Raymond, you better watch out. And then I think I want to see Giovanni Manu. As much as made about the move, going to reach and get him last year, the big project. Well, the big project will be starting tonight. And offensive line is something that we are paying extra close attention to. Yeah. Give me Giovanni Manu. And last but not least, I think it's the defensive lineman that everybody's curious about right now. We talked about him yesterday. Stop watching my film. Yeah. I think Aiden Hutchinson talking about Hussein.
I'm interested in Dan Jackson, too. I think he's, by all reports, he's got some making up to do. If you want to make this team, you're going to have to play, and he's going to get, like you said, I'm looking forward to watching the guys who have a long rope. They're going to get a lot of reps. There's going to be a lot of snaps. They've got a chance to make an impact here. You got 4 preseason games, and I get that not every single one is going to be judged based on your film in this. You're probably going to get judged just as much on the film during your scrimmage against your ones, Dan Jackson, than you probably would against the Chargers 2s, 3s, and 4s tonight. Is that a fair assessment?
In terms of when they're in practice and they're breaking down film.
In terms of the Lions looking at what if they're going to look at Dan Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, Dan Jackson's in there against Detroit's 1s or Detroit's 2s. It'll mean more to their coaches than it would be if Dan Jackson's playing against the Chargers 3s. Am I wrong?
Not necessarily wrong, but not all the way right. I think you get a lot out of when you get in-game experience. When you're playing in a game, it's much different than practice. Okay. Yes, you're going against the 1s of the Detroit Lions, which there's a lot of talent on that, so you get a chance to get a fair assessment on what his player is. But when you're in a game, it's on the fly. Like, did you study the film? Do you know the concepts? Can you adapt in the game? What happens if you don't have a good play? What happens if you make a mistake? How many great plays do you have in a row? Are you ready on the sideline? What does the sudden change look like for you? I think there are a lot of things in the game where you can get a feel for what type of player a person is. So, yes, to the 1s, it's a little bit more. But you can get a lot out of somebody going against 3s in terms of what type of player they are and where's their mental when they approach 60 minutes.
Yeah, there's not I hate overreacting. Just like I hate overreacting with Chris Paddock's start yesterday, okay? I'm happy for him, happy for the Tigers. I'm going to keep that right now on the level, mental and emotional side of things. I don't want to do the same thing with the Lions tonight. I don't want to get too emotional, overreact. Can you play yourself off a team in a preseason opener like this if you're one of those fringe guys, do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know what you're supposed to be doing? Like, I always go back to that, talking about understanding concepts, studying that playbook, knowing that. Do you know what you're to do? Because when you're not drafted first round, when you're not drafted second round, when people need you, there's a necessity for this player, any little scrap you get, it better be great. And if you don't know what you're doing, you better be going 1,000 miles per hour, and you better have one of those, like, it was a bad play, but man, did you see the effort? Did you see the energy?
Yeah, right.
Now, you can't keep doing that. But that goes a long way. So you can play yourself off a team. If you don't know what you're doing, if your effort isn't there, if your tone isn't right, you can play yourself off a team for sure.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way,
Yeah.
let me ask you about the quarterbacks. Since that is always, I don't care if you're a starter or if you're a backup, it seems to always be a storyline. When you watch quarterbacks play, backup quarterbacks, in this situation that you'll see tonight, what are you looking for from both of them? Not just Hendon Hooker, okay? Kyle Allen, too. Yeah. What are you looking for from both of them? And not just them individually, but the offense and the guys around them.
How does this huddle move and look when you're in there? You want the huddle to move and look a certain way. You want to look like confidence. The quarterback controls the huddle. He controls the line of scrimmage. And when it looks in disarray, when it looks in chaos, when guys are breaking the huddle late, or you see people moving, or plays are either almost getting snapped at zero, or you get not false starts, but delay of game penalties, things of that nature. That's on the quarterback. That's on the quarterback not calming his guys down. So I want to see what the huddle looks like, and I want to see what the line of scrimmage looks like. Also, can you get a couple first downs? Like I'm not looking for 275 yards. I'm not looking for 3 touchdowns, these crazy stats. Can you move the chains consistently? Can it look like, once again, you're actually doing something in practice? You're studying the film. You're watching number 16 carefully, and you're understanding what Johnny Mo's concepts are and how he's implementing that. I want to see control. I want to see some confidence. When you get in there, I don't want to see a guy that is a backup. I don't want a guy looking like he's a backup. Yeah, I'm coming in here to do my job because I know 16's the guy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I guess I have to do this. No, I want to see some energy. I want to see a guy getting up to the line of scrimmage. I want to see a guy excited about getting the first down. If he throws a touchdown to Tesla, I want to see that excitement. I want some energy. I want to see you get back to it on the sideline. So don't just look like you're going out there to go with the flow or just continue rhythm. I want to see a guy that looks like he wants to start.
If they throw too many checkdowns, are you going to be frustrated at that? If it's the right read, should it really matter?
I'm not going to be nitpicky over that.
Okay.
I'm not going to nitpick the check downs because I get it. It's the first preseason game. You want to look good.
Okay.
And it's a primetime game. This is the very first game of the NFL season, regardless of what it may mean. It's the first time, and it's going to be national. Everybody's watching. So I'm not tripping on nitpicking that, but you can't make that the whole game.
No.
Dak Prescott.
No.
His little, you called it, man. His little shots, man.
You'll get that all the time. That's what I love.
Dak's name is
I look
come up
forward
a lot.
to that. I do. I look forward to it. When's it gonna? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you don't like this. Here's a hot take. Dak Prescott won't be the starting quarterback past week 6.
Oh, clip it.
Whoa, expand.
Just saying.
Expand.
Just saying.
Solo cam that man.
There's a young bull there that's very hungry. And Dak Prescott, I think he's very gluttonous. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
It's easy. I mean, it's easy to be that way when you play for Dallas.
Joe Milton.
Been praised for no reason.
Oh, you think Joe Milton's taking over?
Joe Milton's gonna take over.
Ooh, big
Week
arm.
6.
I tell you what. I'll take
$62 million bench play.
I'll take the bet.
Uh-oh.
We'll do. You want to do lunch on that?
We can do lunch.
Okay. You said week 6 or their 6th game. I don't know their schedule because they may have a bye week.
Take your pick.
Okay. Their 6th game.
Take your pick.
Okay. So if they're 4-2, if they're 2-4, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Their 6th game of the season.
Joe Milton.
All right. By week 7, Joe Milton takes over, according to Braylon Edwards.
100%.
Lunch on the line. I say it's still Dak Prescott.
100%.
Dante 151 says, Braylon, stop it. Michael Wary says, Braylon called it 7/31/25 at 1:48
I'm telling
Do
you.
it.
I also told you they weren't gonna make the playoffs last year, and you laughed at me on that too. But I digress.
I never laugh at you unless you get those little digs in, which I really like.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I promise you, they won't be Christian Wilkins digs.
Nothing is like
All right,
Christian
I'm
Wilkins
done.
digs.
I promise. That was my
All right.
last dig
All right.
for CW.
All right. When we come back, surprising on where one national publication has the Lions before the season begins. We'll get to that, but first, We want to make you look good
Gotta
in
get
more ways than one.
fresh. You already know what it is, man. So look, are you guys tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables, new designs, amazing apparel, and that ultimate swag. So check out Woodward Sports latest gear at woodwardsports.com and make sure you click shop. Hoodies, tees, and hats that are guaranteed to turn heads. And it's cool again to wear your Tigers gear. So go ahead and get some Woodward Tigers gear from the shop. You guys see it right there on the screen, man. It's dope. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com and click shop. Once you got your gear, Shep can tell you guys where else you can go and get fresh.
Well, look, I mean, if you want to look good, you put the merch on. It doesn't do you a whole lot of good if you're not trimmed up nice and clean, right? Like Braylon, like Ricky. Let's be honest. They like simple stuff. I like simple stuff. Most guys like simple stuff. Like Jimmy's on the golf course, for example. We like uncomplicated. There's enough complication in life, right? Lady Jeans Haircuts for Men delivers that. Walk in, sign in, before you know it, hands, and you are ready for the day. Lady Jeans, open 10 till 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Hey, it's Stick from Woodward Sports. I'm out here at the Feldman shop, of course, you know, because they are #1 people. And the Ineos Grenadier, that's the new car that they got. But I got my man here, the Sun God. I'm not lying. His name is Amon-Ra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He sold me a car.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? Come see us out here, baby. We're in Waterford. We got the pre-owns all day. We got the Grenadiers, and we got new Chevys all day. Whatever you need, we got you.
Yeah, and I went with this one. I like it. 2023 Durango. It's used. Only got like 30,000 miles on it. And this guy, man, I was like, listen, this is my price. You either make it happen or I'm out of here.
Easy.
You know what he did? Went to his boss. He's like, I'm making this happen for this guy. Came back, threw the contract on the table. Now I'm in the whip.
Yes, sir. Sign, drive, 0 down, easy money all day.
All right, Feldman, what's the address here, do you know?
5300 Highland Road, Waterford, Michigan, 48327. Open until 6 o'clock every weekday except 9 o'clock on Mondays and Thursdays. It's 4 o'clock on Saturdays. Only day we're not here for you is Sunday. Every other day we're here to get it done, baby.
And his legit name is Amon-Ra. I'm not lying. It was destined. It was meant to be. Woodward Sports found this guy. So thank you very much, man. Enjoying the car, and the kid likes it too. It's nice and safe.
So, you're a Detroit sports fan, huh? Well then, make sure you subscribe to all the Woodward sports pages on YouTube. We have Woodward Baseball, Woodward Pistons, and of course, Woodward Hockey. Get breakdowns, updates, and bonus coverage of all things Detroit. So pick your favorite sport and follow along with the best Detroit sports coverage ever made. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep.
Edwards has it. 10, 5, touchdown.
On the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
Where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Summer's heating up and Feldman's clearing space for the incoming new models. That means massive markdowns during Feldman's Hot Summer Sale. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $189 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $209 a month. Inventory's moving fast, and when it's gone, it's gone. So don't sweat the search. Just get to Feldman. More locations, more inventory, more ways to save. The Hot Summer Sale is on at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Dr. Jeff Pierce is Woodward Sports in Michigan's injury insider. Look, Michigan Sports and Spine is his home. Scan his QR code above if you want to call. It's 248-426-9944. He comes on his show Tuesdays and Thursdays, Big D Energy, and with the Braylon Edwards Show. He is an expert insider. He gives you all the tidbits and the things, top-notch injury insider. He can tell you about your diagnosis and things of that nature. And you don't have to be an athlete. It's not for just athletes, former athletes. It is for anyone that wants to get better. You want to look at the body, you want to get it right. What's going on with your back? What's going on with your knee? What's going on with your hair? It doesn't matter. Doc will get you right. Here's your sports injury insider. And he's only here at Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code. Check out Dr. Jeff Pierce now.
All right, Lions preseason is today. That means you need that Caesar Sportsbook app. Start making those bets, and I know the first bet of the year could be a little nerve-wracking. What if I told you that if you bet up to $1,000 and you lose, you can get that bet back, right? You probably think I was crazy. Nope, that's how they do it over at Caesars, man. Use the keyword Woodward 1000 or scan that QR code. If your first bet doesn't hit between $20 and $1,000, you'll get it back. Deposit straight back to your account. So don't worry about it, man. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today. It's the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use that code Woodward 1000 or scan that QR code on the screen. Good luck.
60% of the chat family right now who's participated in the poll, they do not believe that the Detroit Tigers have done enough to protect World Series expectations.
I wonder what it would take to get them to believe they have done enough.
Hey, put it in the chat, guys. We'll bring it up during mailbag.
My guess is
the bat.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
The bat.
See, here's what we want. No matter what sport, I believe, what we want is we want all our warts covered. One was the starting pitcher, check. Bullpen, check. Right-handed bat, can't get there. So the 60%, I think, is basically because 66% of what we perceive to be their weakness has been covered. It's just a guess on my part.
I agree.
Same thing we do with the Lions and the Edge.
It's that batter. You know, you want a batter, you want another player, you want another offensive weapon. I think that's what you're looking for. That's what we're missing. The excitement from the Mariners, the excitement of the Blue Jays. They got offensive players, outs and pitchers.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. The excitement of the Mariners is because they got the guy that we wanted here.
That's right.
And that's what we were looking for. We've been looking for that type of player. This goes back to the summer. Oh, we're going to get Alex Bregman. We're going to get Alex Bregman. The deal's going to work out.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to bring it up in that sense, but the excitement because he was an all-star caliber offensive player that hits the ball.
Who also has won a Gold Glove.
100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He was really everything you wanted. And in fairness to the Tigers, they made a hell of an offer.
They did.
Yeah.
They really did. I mean, I'm not going to blame the Tigers for not signing Alex Bregman.
No.
I can't.
I was happy that they stood their business, too. They stood their ground as it related to some of the things he wanted to push. Look,
I'm not sure you're happy about it now.
Though, but I was okay with it. He opened the wallet in ways we didn't think he would. I was like, you know what? For all of us who didn't think he would do this for the Tigers, he showed up to play a little bit of ball.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little confused at that because he has shown to open the wallet. You may not like the $25 million to Javier Baez. You might not like the $25 million
but it was
to Jack Flaherty. You may not like the $15 million to Alex Cobb, but he has proven to spend some money. Not with the Mets, not with the Cubs,
right?
Not with the Yankees or the Dodgers or the Red Sox. I'm not trying to elevate him to that level. Okay, all I'm saying is, I think it's a little bit of a misnomer to say, "Oh, he's not willing to spend." He's willing to spend, but sometimes just because you have money. I don't know how you guys feel about it and how you handle your household. It's none of my business, but I'm not going to spend the money just for the sake of spending money. I want it spent properly. Right. You know, my wife will tell me that all the time. I had to buy these. Why? They're on sale.
Oh,
they were on
man,
sale
for
30% off. I'm like,
don't get in trouble, Ricky.
But you still spend a lot of money.
Oh my God.
So what difference does it make? You know, you don't need any more shoes, honey. Yeah. You've had plenty of shoes. I know, but these were all 30% off.
Right.
What's going on here, right? So I'm not a big believer in spending money if I have it just for the sake of spending it.
Quick question about a player that is rumored to be moved this year. He's in our division. It's Kwan.
Stephen Kwan is outstanding.
You already know he's not a power hitter, but it doesn't matter. He can just flat out hit the baseball. He is a really good. He is not a great player. He's just underrated, great, really good.
What he does well, he
great.
does great. He gets
Okay.
on base, he hits, he extends at bats,
Fair.
which gets to pitch, and he's a very, very good. I mean, he's a two-time Gold Glover. Very good left fielder.
Where would you be scared for him to go?
By the way, David Bednar is supposedly going to the Yankees.
Houston seems to be.
I've heard Toronto in on him,
I don't like that one.
and that would be tough.
Okay.
That would be tough. But you see, what we started this show by talking about is that other teams, you know, you can talk all you want about how good you were in the first half. It's different when other teams look at their needs and say, damn, I got to fix something. And then they go fix it.
Yeah.
David Bednar going to the Yankees, that's a big deal. That team, and it forces other teams, specifically Toronto, to counterpunch the move.
These other teams are not standing by.
No. So you could talk about, hey, you know, I gave them credit for standing their ground. Well, you're not going to be you're not going to be saying that if you get knocked out in the first round. You're not.
Yeah.
The only way you say that is if this team wins or gets to the World Series, and you've got what you received at the trade deadline for next year to help you next year.
Agreed.
Yep.
And you don't have that right now. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
You're trying to win on optimism versus like actual. Yep, we got this because of that.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Do you think they're good enough? Do you think this team is good enough to win it all?
Chad family does not believe so.
Yeah. And I understand that.
Overwhelming.
I do. That's not a knock, by the way, on A.J. Hinch or his staff, because I think they're fantastic. I think they're the best in baseball.
Yeah.
All right? But everybody says, well, Chris Fetter, he's going to fix him. How's Casey Mize's last 3 starts going? How's Jack Flaherty's season gone? The pitching chaos, nice Corvette outside, the pitching chaos is not exactly what it was a year ago, was it?
Nope.
So tell me how that's worked out.
I didn't know.
The players still got to make the plays and do what they're supposed to do. That's my belief. Anyway.
Yeah, they do. And a lot is on the players. I mean, we make so much of the coaches and what the coaches can do. We even do the same thing with the Detroit Lions. And Dan Campbell. Well, you know, Dan Campbell.
Right.
And they don't need Ben Johnson because they got Johnny Morton. He was here. And Kelvin Shepard was under. Players are the players.
Yes.
At some point, the players have to be the players. They're the ones on the field. They're the ones between the hashes. They're the ones on the diamonds. Players at some point got to make the plays. It can't be on the skipper. It can't be on the coach. It can't be on the position coach.
So with that said, the Lions, according to CBS Sports, is what we saw, or USA Today, I apologize.
USA Today, yeah.
USA Today has the line. Where would you think they would? It's preseason. I know they take these things with a grain of salt. All
Okay.
right? Where do you think they have the Lions in terms of ranking for the NFL teams? Where would you have?
I think a good safe number is 5.
That's exactly where I was thinking.
I think 5 is a good safe number.
Okay. KooLaid?
Yeah, top 7 team in the NFL, right, man?
Top 7?
That's what you would think.
They've got them at 9. Which is surprising to me.
5? I can't hear the sound booth.
9. 9.
The TV booth.
Like Gordie Howe.
Like upside down 6?
An upside down
Like
6.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Who's tripping like this
Okay.
again? CBS?
You
This
corrected
got
me.
me
It's
off
USA Today.
This got me all discombobulated now.
Yeah. So they've got them at 9, which is problematic. What makes it worse for me is they've got them 5 in the NFC. In other words, they've got 4 teams in the NFC ahead of them.
Uh-oh. Got to go through this.
And second in the NFC North. So they've got Philadelphia as 1. All right. They deserve respect.
Yeah.
Right? Baltimore 2. Every year, man. Oh, put my bib on. I'm gonna get up to the counter. Give me a nice hot bowl of soup, and it's the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm just gonna take the ladle.
In all fairness, though, this is a in all fairness, this is a regular season. This is a preseason pick about the finale of the regular season. Yeah. And in all fairness, the Baltimore Ravens, they have the first or second best record at the end of every regular season. So it's fair.
Okay.
Doesn't mean anything for the playoffs.
Yeah. It's just, how many times we were just talking about Buffalo yesterday, how people got tired of it. I think the Ravens are on that line right now. People are tired of hearing about how good they're going to be or how good they should be or how good they are in the regular season, and they're going to say, enough. Can we turn the page and do somebody else? Just like Buffalo.
This will be the first year that I fully turn. This will be the first year that I will fully unsubscribe to the Baltimore Ravens if they don't get it done. And the reason being, yeah, they finish 12-4 and they blow it up in the playoffs every year. Well, add another game because it's 17 now. But every year, Lamar Jackson, here's this offensive coordinator who doesn't know what he's doing. Fire him. Here's this offensive coordinator for 2 years that doesn't know what he's doing. Fire him. Here's this offensive coordinator for a year. Fire him. Here's this offensive coordinator from Georgia that seems to know he studied Lamar when he was at Louisville, and they're going to bring this system in. I think and then it's excuse. They don't have receivers. They don't have this guy. This will be the year that they've now had the consistency in the offensive cadence, the offensive coordinator, actually having wide receivers, actually having skill, and they even revamped the defense by adding Jair Alexander. So this will be the year. If they don't get it done, I don't want to hear squat about Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. You can tell me about the highlights because they are fascinating. But the Ravens, I'm out if it don't work this year.
They have 3 players who you could rank in the top 3 of their position. Kyle Hamilton is arguably the best safety. Lamar Jackson, arguably the best quarterback.
And then right in the middle.
And then Derrick Henry, arguably the best running back.
In that case, they got 4. Middle linebacker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Roquan.
Yeah, Roquan Smith. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So
second highest paid linebacker in the league.
So there you go. There's 4.
Yeah.
There's 4 right there. Thank you for the correction.
100%.
And yet they still come up short.
I agree.
Anyway, they got that. Buffalo is 4. 3 is Kansas City. So the top 4, you're like, okay, maybe I can see it. Buffalo hasn't shown me anything yet either. All right, but maybe I can see it.
They beat the Lions.
Yeah. They beat them in the regular season at home, and they couldn't be stopped. Number 5 is the Rams. The Rams are at 5. Okay? At 6, Green Bay. This is where I had a temper tantrum just reading it by myself.
Oh my God! I just looked at 8. Oh my! I'm about to be sick.
Yeah.
I'm about to be sick, bro.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
It does. It bothers me. We oftentimes live in a world of prove me before I start to trust it, and they have not. All right? And I'm not saying the Lions have either, by the way. All right? I think they've proven to us for the most part, but Green Bay, come on, at 6. 7 is Washington. Love Jaden Daniels. Love Terry McLaurin. They've got a lot of really good talent. All right? Might be a little high for me. 8 is Denver.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's just disgusting.
Ricky, 8 is Denver, man.
You sure this isn't Canada today?
This is Sean Payton.
Canada today.
All right? So I already had my bowl of Baltimore soup. Now, can I have some dessert? Oh, Sean Payton. Let me take my shoes off before I enter your house, get down on my knees, and start to just bow to Sean Payton.
I know where
you don't believe what they could be?
That's what it is.
Wow.
Okay?
Oh,
and
man.
then it's Detroit.
That's disgusting.
No
Am I overreacting? Is this too much of a homerism type feel for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is too much of a homerism type feel. At the end of the day, I can understand you wanting the Lions anywhere to 5. I said I think 5, in that mix. But frankly put, I'm not arguing the top 4. If you want to get to 5, I think 5 has put themselves in a much better position. Talking about the Los Angeles Rams coming off that Super Bowl 3 years ago. I told you what they've done on the defense, revamped that defensive line. They've added more weapons for Matt Stafford. I like what they are, and Sean McVay is just one of those wizards as it relates to offense. I have no problem with them at 5.
Okay. Could have beaten Philadelphia last year.
In Philly.
Yes.
In the snow.
Yes.
I appreciate that. The Commanders, sure. Jaden Daniels is amazing. If you want to bank that he's not going to have a sophomore slump. They revamped in the offside. They beat the Lions in the playoffs. Then fine. Cool with that. Right. 6 and 8 are interesting.
Yeah. 6 is where I draw the line.
6 is where I draw the line because I get the fascination with the Packers. And even Jordan Love. It's a fascination with the Packers. All media outlets, all games, it's whoever's the quarterback. It's the Green Bay Packers. That's the fascination. And they provide the excuses. He was hurt last year. You see what he is. Matt LaFleur has been to the NFC Championship. Newsflash, what did he do once he got there? But the Lions own them. They own them in Green Bay, and they own them here. They own them anywhere. They can go play in Canada.
They're going to own them week 1, too.
Because Matt LaFleur's, you saw where Matt LaFleur's, where his energy was here. He is shook. Now, I don't know if that applies to the rest of the league, but as it applies to the Lions, Matt LaFleur's is shook when he sees the Honolulu blue and silver. So I don't understand them being ahead of him as it relates to the Broncos.
That's a tricky one.
I don't like Sean Payton, but it has nothing to do with his.
Yeah, you don't have to like him.
I think he gets it done. He picked the quarterback that was right for his system, quarterback that is making it happen. He's been in the NFL 2 years. He's already turned that program around that was trash, that had been bad. Even after they won the Super Bowl, they immediately, after Super Bowl 50, begun the decline. I think they're back, and they're in a division that many people think they got an outside chance on winning. So I guess you're banking on Bo Nix and Sean Payton. I don't like it either, but I think Lions 6 or 7.
Yeah,
on this
that's
list.
where I'm talking.
Those
about.
two, yeah.
I'm talking
behind.
about 6. You know.
Yeah, they own the Green Bay Packers. They own them. No matter what the game is, you want to blow out, they did that. You want Aaron Rodgers, 2 interceptions. Thank you, Kirby Joseph. You want it to be in Lambeau. Guess what? Amon-Ra St. Brown. Let me score a touchdown and then balance myself on my head. Yeah. So, they own the Green Bay Packers. And if I'm the Lions, I got to be laughing at this.
Yeah, and maybe they use it as, some type of material to get them fired up. I think that only lasts a certain amount of time.
People beneath you can't motivate you.
Well said.
People beneath you can't motivate you.
It's an emotional take to start. It only takes you so far. People would think, look at the chip on the shoulder of Alex Bregman. He still talks about how Dansby Swanson was taken ahead of him. Come on, man. Maybe head to head. But if you think he's up for Houston and they're in the World Series and they're playing Philadelphia and he's going, you know what, damn it, I'm going to prove Dansby Swanson. Wrong answer, right?
Yeah,
but this kind of stuff can irk a lot of people. Maybe it motivates some, whomever. I think the people voting on this, I don't want to give them too much credit, but you're right about the Packers. But, the Sean Payton, I think he deserves a lot of credit. But if you're talking about what have you shown me, what have you proven to me, the Lions have proven quite a bit over the last 2 years. It hasn't gotten to where we expected them to be, but they have proven quite a bit over the last 2 years.
They've proven a lot over the last 2 years. Now, this is on the outside. First of all, I stand with what I said. Lions should be ahead of both of those teams.
Yes.
With that being said, they've done a lot in the last 2 years, but it's still an inconsistent time slot. It's 2022. You win 8 of 10 games. You just missed because of some fiasco in Seattle and with the Rams. Next year, you get to the NFC Championship. People weren't expecting it. You got there. You were a nickel throw away from going to the Super Bowl. All the momentum. You go 15-2. The injuries, and then you lose in the first round after all of the pressure and excitement and all of the things and all that we shared in those 15 wins in that journey. That's where people are at. It's the inconsistency. I think when you have that, regardless of what we believe here in the city, people on the outside still it's still the Detroit Lions. We propped them up for 2 seconds, and look what happened. You had a Lions-like moment. We can say what we want to about the injuries. The fact remains we were a better team than the Washington Commanders in that game, even still. So I can understand why people are hesitant, and then you start to add the things in the offseason, which is how they get paid. Yeah. Oh, what about the offensive coordinator? What about the defensive coordinator? What about these coaches? What about this player? What about Jared Goff's right arm and Frank Ragnow? So you start mixing that thing in with what you already think is the Detroit letdown. That's how you get denied.
Yeah.
That's how you get denied.
Okay. Fair enough. It's a good take on your part. It's good knowledge. We can disagree all we want. I think they need to be somewhere closer to 6, but in the end, it'll be the Lions who prove it to them, not us sitting there talking about
6 is that's egregious.
I was going to say, for the last couple years, they have proven them wrong. These lists have come out. They've continued to try and shovel the dirt on the Lions. They've continued to say cute story.
I don't think so. Last year they were the prohibitive favorite to go to the Super Bowl.
We were
so I'm not offended by it. I'd like to know what people are looking at and why they think the teams that are ahead of them deserve to be ahead of them outside of Washington. That's all. For me, anyway. A little surprised at the Rams, a little surprised at the Packers, really surprised at Denver. Detroiters, we as Detroiters, I'll throw myself in there, we get way too easily offended by stuff like this. It doesn't matter, okay? It's the damn preseason, number one. But number two, let's remember, last year, everybody that I could see were like, I'm bullish on the Lions. They gave them plenty of flowers.
Man,
there wasn't
preseason
anybody going,
noise
no,
was
I
different.
tell you what, I think the Bears are going to win the
we were
division.
covering it,
Bullcrap.
man. There were people who were wondering if Jordan Love and those Packers were ready to overtake the Lions. And they weren't. I stood on business.
Hold on, they
We
were
covered
wondering
several
it.
of
They
them.
may have been wondering it. They weren't picking them, Kool-Aid.
They were.
Everybody was
Go
picking
back
the
and
Lions.
look at the normal Florios and those guys out there were picking against the Lions.
And
They
also,
were
too,
bullets
if you
on other
remember that
people.
opening game, Green Bay actually should have won that game.
Okay.
But they didn't. Going back to this list, if you look at it, it really makes sense how this list shakes out. If you look at it, it's all about 1.5 things. It's about the quarterbacks. It's about what they perceive the quarterback to be. If you look at everybody, they perceive Jordan Love to be better quarterback than Goff, JD, excuse me.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
Jay and the rest and go up. And that's why I said half.
Bo
It's because
Nix.
with Bo, they had Sean Payton into it. And they look at that combo. It's a combo thing. Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Matt LaFleur,
and
Sean
Jordan
McVay.
Love,
Johnny Morton and
Jared Goff. I think you're right about the coordinator.
Jeez.
Dan Campbell finished second in Coach of the Year. I think he's proven an awful lot. I trust him. Apparently, not everybody agrees with the same level, and that's fine.
Is Ben Johnson still your offensive coordinator?
He's higher.
The Detroit Lions are 4 on this list.
Interesting.
I'm telling you the perception. If they have Ben Johnson,
That's consistent.
everybody called the genius guy.
Yeah.
They're now 4th on this list.
Yeah.
That would be consistent because everybody's take right now is those coordinators are gone. Those coordinators were next level. Those coordinators for 2 years in a row were probably your top head coaching candidates as well.
I cannot wait till Detroit starts kicking somebody's ass because of these damn coordinators.
First game.
I'm so tired of hearing about Ben Johnson, not Ben Johnson, Ben Johnson, and Aaron Glenn. I'm so tired of it. Detroit's going to go out there. They're going to open a can of whoop ass on somebody, and we're going to be able to go, you know what? How about where's the flowers for Kelvin Shepard? Where's the flowers for John Moore? There's nowhere. There isn't any.
None.
They're going to give it all to the players,
Dozen roses
right?
on the field.
Right. Absolutely.
Tell them.
Let's go, coach.
That's what's going to happen.
I'm ready.
You know what else is going to happen?
Ricky, man, what's up? You in there fired up, bro?
Shep got me fired up, bro.
Fired up.
Give me the pass.
All right.
You got you fired up?
Going back, man.
It's the perfect time to drop some Marvel versus the Detroit Lions on you. I'm just saying.
I don't
It's
need
the
to, I don't
perfect
need to
time.
transition anymore.
It's the perfect time.
He is so good at it.
It's
Just let it
perfect
be.
time. Perfect time, yo. What do we want to do? We want to jump into this read, or we want to get it rocking and rolling?
Black
You
Rock-
just let me know over there,
Black Rock
Kool-Aid.
and Les Stanford, man. Listen, people.
I'm excited, man.
I'm
You know what
excited
saying?
for this.
Got my tight shirt on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we only got
my
one more day with
superhero
him.
vibes.
We only got one more day. We got to take advantage of it.
The
Okay.
superhero vibes going on, man. This is going to be fun. Look, let me tell you about Black Rock real quick and get you in the game. This is the summer of giveaways. You already know that the stakes are gone. We're sorry about that. Gretchen Peters, she took those, but you can scan this QR code above my head and you can get yourself in the next game, which will be the Traeger Grill. We want to get you a Traeger Grill, man. The summer is still here, still a lot to cook for. And then the tailgates go into the fall, even into the winter. You want to have the grill, scan the QR code, get yourself in there. When you do that, you also get 4 tickets for the Big Ten home opener September 14th. You get a chance to win a grill as well as tickets to the Big Ten. I'm just saying, seems like a great deal to me. Black Rock, that's why we partner with them, because they want to give you the things that you want to partner in. There it is, Black Rock. There it is.
100% right about that. I've got just as good, if not better, deal with Les Stanford. Okay, check this out. All right, they've got great offers and great deals for everybody. Get a 2025 Hummer EV SUT lease special, $599 a month. Fantastic. Try the 2025 Hummer EV SUV lease special at $699 a month. Okay, that includes the tax. $599 plus tax. The other one doesn't. Okay. How about if you're a truck guy? And I get it because I used to be a truck guy. I'm going to be a truck guy again. Braylon's a truck guy. The 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation lease special, $169 a month. I'll give you a moment to get a Q-tip and clean out your ears. That's what I said. $169 a month. Get to Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory. This is just a few of the beautiful pictures of what they have available for you right now. Les Stanford, Buick and GMC. For all these specials, go to their website, lesstanford.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone, and until August 31st, it is home of free workouts for teens. 14 and 19, this high school summer pass. Planet Fitness has bought it back. Check it out, man. Get out of the house. Get to Planet Fitness where there is no judgment because it's the judgment-free zone. And they'll take care of you. Get out of the house. Look, man, mental health is just as important as physical health, so we want you to do both at the same time. Look, it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. It's going to be chill. It's vibes. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
And make sure you stay connected with Woodward Sports on all social platforms, man. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram. Can't forget about YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Stay up to date with the latest sports news, live updates, and, of course, that behind-the-scenes action, man. Don't miss out. Hit that follow button now and be a part of Detroit's #1 digital sports network. That's at Woodward Sports on all social platforms, at Woodward Sports everywhere.
Are you guys into comics? Are you into the Marvel comics?
That's pretty good.
I don't want to give that away just yet because that is fantastic.
We got something way better.
This is sneaky right here.
This is really well done. Really well done.
But
Are you guys into
Shout out
that?
Ryan Lynch.
Did you read comics as a kid?
I didn't read as a kid.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I did too.
I did.
Do you like the movies? Of whether it be, what is it?
Marvel Universe or DC?
Correct. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't like DC outside of the Batman movies.
Let's go.
Marvel, I loved in the beginning. And then I feel like when COVID hit, it took a turn for the worse. And I feel like now with the last two movies, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, they're getting out of that mess. So, I'm hopeful for what Marvel can do moving forward in the future. DC, stay away from it unless it's a Superman movie because at this point I'm just invested. Batman.
I can't say that I watch a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I can be seen as a square sometimes, and that's okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that shit.
It's all good, brother.
So I'm not invested by any stretch. I can't say that I maybe watched a couple of Batman movies, which is fine.
That's enough. That's good.
Yeah.
Batman, you're
I'm the same.
good.
I've seen Dark Knight and like Iron Man. That's about it.
Yeah, I did see Iron Man.
Yeah.
I really like the soundtrack probably more than anything else, just because there's a lot of AC/DC.
So you like the actor.
Okay.
If you guys had to depict certain lions as Marvel or DC, where would they go? Because this right here is pretty awesome looking. I love whoever put this together.
Shout out to
Kudos.
Ryan Lynch. In the back is amazing at what he does. He's been a staple in this company for the last 4 years, and we really appreciate him and everybody in the back.
Hey, Ryan, do one for me. I want to see what he.
Can you explain something to me? Are all these, are they Captain America? Are all of them or no?
No, they're not all Captain America.
Okay.
Those
That's
are
a surprise
Avengers.
today.
So
those are
That's
Avengers.
like the Avengers suit.
Oh, okay.
So
Kool-Aid's laughing his ass off in there.
I didn't know either.
But to your
You
point,
didn't know either?
I thought Mr. Puerto Rico.
To your point, the star on the chest, it is very Captain America-like. So,
Yeah.
and then it's a leader. So that's a good question.
Okay, all
but
right.
this
Let's
is
go.
the Avengers.
And how many Avengers are there, Braylon?
Realistically, it's a expanded universe, and the original five,
Okay.
7, and now it's like 700.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we don't need that many
No, we
to
don't.
look at it.
No, we don't.
Take us through your brilliant brainchild of how you've got the Lions
All
with
right,
this.
I'm taking them off the back screen.
All right, thank you.
We
Yeah.
got into some of that.
Good looking, though.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. We got into some of this comic book talk this past Monday, I want to say, and we were talking about comic books, comic book heroes, etc. Splicing it, I started thinking about the Lions and what would characters be if they were Marvel characters. So here we go. Braylon's top 10 happens to be a top 12. Even Dan Campbell got himself. You probably can guess who he is, but we'll still take you down the list. So we'll get this thing rocking and rolling with the list. Is it going to be on the back or is it going to be on the screen?
Both.
It's going to be on the screen? All right,
So
here we
we'll
go.
go off of who you say.
Let's say the coach.
Okay.
Do
Say
coach,
coach
Who you
last.
want to do first? You say it and then we'll go.
do coach last. Just as they come up. I don't know. I don't have a list in front of me. So
Oh.
you have them. Just do it off your
All right,
list.
let's go.
Here we go.
Rick, you got
We'll start with your
quarterback.
quarterback. Jared Goff. Cerebral individual, sneaky athleticism.
Oh, man.
He's a leader, man. He was a born leader, but he's a chill type leader. So I chose to give Jared Goff Mr. Fantastic. I think Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four, one of the most brilliant minds in the Marvel universe. He has a hot wife, by the way, too. Shout out to Sue Storm.
Wait, can I ask a quick question in the back? Just
Yeah.
a question in the back. Braylon, I'm sorry. I
Go
didn't mean
ahead,
to derail
go
you.
ahead.
You said Mr. Fantastic. Isn't he the guy in the wheelchair?
That's Professor Xavier.
Oh,
Even I know
that's
that one.
That's Professor Xavier.
Hey, that's
I'm
X-Men.
loving this.
My bad.
I know you're capping over there.
I'm sorry.
my bad.
I'm loving
I know
this.
you're capping over there.
My
Look.
bad. All right, so
Professor Xavier, he was a little too powerful to give anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's still on the board.
but yeah, I thought he was really smart. That's the reason I got him
Oh,
mixed up with
100%.
Mr. Fantastic. Okay.
The leader of the Fantastic Four.
All right.
Everybody knows his powers. He's stretchy, also genius, intellect. He figures things out. So I think this is good for Jared Goff.
Okay.
This is cool. Not
I
too
would
much.
agree with
a
that.
leader that you trust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Lions who you could possibly put in that place, but Jared Goff I wouldn't
But
argue with.
I think Mr. Fantastic is specific to Jared Goff because there's other leaders. Iron Man is a leader, but I don't think Iron Man is Jared Goff.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Captain America is a leader. He's the leader. I don't think Captain America is Jared Goff. He's the type of leader I think Jared Goff is.
Gotcha.
It's a
Okay.
leader I trust. It's a leader that gets things done, as you see in the movie and the comic book. And they fit. They're cool. They're chill. Even vibes. There you go. Who's number two? Who we
But
rocking with?
hold on, I was gonna say though, the people in the chat, Alex the Spoon, he thought Jared Goff should be Captain America. And like you said, there are some other leaders out there, and then you also got Michael Weary who says, "Bray, I thought you would have said Tony Stark." But I actually,
But
I get
hold
your
on,
vibe.
hold on. Hear me
Okay,
out.
Go back to golf.
Ladies
real
and
quick.
gentlemen, hear me out. Just because you know 4 or 5 Avengers, it doesn't have to be somebody that fits into that
Right,
wheelhouse.
listen to the
Like, he is
explanation.
not Tony Stark. Like, when have you seen Jared Goff racing up and down Woodward in the R8 or R11 or a Mercedes? I mean, he does have never mind. You can never speak on another man's but I think it's more fitting as Mr. Fantastic. He's now married. They got a baby on the way. You saw the movie. Come on, man, just relax. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Number 2, J-Mo. Now, you know he had to be somebody with speed. But I think the perfect one, man, is Mr. Maximoff, a.k.a. Quicksilver. I think Quicksilver is one of those elite. Because J-Mo, he had a lot of people that, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's a bad guy. And all those people fell in love with him. I think it's the same thing you have with Pietro. Pietro used to be a bad guy, turned into a good guy. He's fast, he's a blaze, he's funny, he's chill. I think he
But
fits.
J-Mo's smiling. This guy looks angry. He
Well,
looks
when you're
pissed
running-
off.
When you're running at the speed of light, you know.
Yeah, that's
it
true.
kinda
Look at
happens like
J-Mo's
that.
face while he's running.
There's
he
also
looks kind of the
different
same.
versions of quick. J-Mo's running when he's running
Look at
fast.
that
He's
face.
smiling. He not cheesing when he's that route that
Yeah,
he
look at
ran
that
that I
face.
broke
Dude,
down.
he's pulling away from people so far that he's giggling all the way to the end zone. Anyway,
Are
okay.
you guys gonna let me do this?
I'm gonna let you do it. I'm sorry.
Jeez,
I
Jesus
apologize.
Christ.
All right.
What do you think about Quicksilver, Kool-Aid, Ricky?
I think that's a good one. I already looking at the face right there. He making the same face. You talking about the absolute speed that he has to take the top off of a defense, man, and it's hard to game plan for him with any speedster. That's gonna be the name of the game, man. I think that this one is spot on. Spot on, bro.
Now, if you want a smiling Quicksilver, you can also go to another version of Quicksilver, which is the X-Men First Class version. I can't think of the guy's name. He smiled a lot. He smiled a lot, same character, so he does smile. J-Mo smiles too.
All right. I trust you.
I
All
want
right.
to change one, but I'll wait till we get to it. It's on the defensive side. I think we'll have more fun with that.
Okay, I'll do defense last then.
Okay,
All
who's
right.
next?
Who we
What
going next,
player?
All right, we'll go here.
Well, this is easy. I see it in the background. This one's easy. When you think of big number 58, the right tackle, there should only be two to come to mind. Really, there should only be one. And you know what it is. It is the Incredible Hulk. Given the Incredible Hulk moment, Hulk smash, he got donned that title, in my opinion, the Aaron Donald game against the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes,
that's when he became the Hulk, and he hasn't changed since. Also, Panay's a lovable guy, man. He's big smile, he's kids, he's family. Hulk wants to be a nice guy. Hulk is cool until you push
Hulk
those
is
buttons.
intelligent.
Right. You
And
wouldn't
bring the
like
Hulk
him when
out.
he's angry. Right.
100%. And I think that's Panay to a T.
Okay.
100%. This one doesn't need any more talking.
No,
think
I like this one. I get this one.
Excuse the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Excuse the heck out of me.
All I'm saying is I know this one. I like it. I get it. Okay? This one makes sense to me.
Okay.
To me. I'm slow.
Okay.
Take it easy.
You're not that slow. Now, you guys were asking about Jared Goff being Captain America.
You know
rightfully
what?
So,
You might
because he is a
cooked.
leader. But I think there's somebody that's more Captain America-like on that offense than Jared Goff. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your all-pro wide receiver, number 14, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's who I have as Captain America. Look, you look at the guns, very similar. He grew up with a bodybuilding father who was Mr. Universe twice, I do believe, and it carried over to his body frame. But he is a leader in all aspects. He's the loud guy on the field for the Lions offense. He gets them into position, and he's the one most times that they go to in those crunch moments.
you cooked with
Much
this
like
one.
Cap. Who was Tony leaning on? Who is Wanda Mack? Everybody is leaning on this guy right here, and I think it fits to who Amon-Ra St. Brown is. Not only for the offense, to be honest, for the team itself, but I think Cap, he's very Cap-like.
I think you cooked with this one. Absolutely cooked with this one. As a comic book nerd, I'm just sitting over here right now geeking. And another picture, another comparison, and look at that. The same faces between Amon-Ra
Ryan did a hell of a
and
job.
the Cap, man. Shout out.
Oh, you jumped ahead.
Oh, man, I thought that was the end of Amon-Ra.
Look at that, man. It's the same face.
It
So look
wasn't
at
on
it.
the screen. Don't worry, they ain't see it.
Well,
Sorry,
their heads turned the same way. I thought maybe you might go with a linebacker there, just because of the strength and the power and the edge you got to play with and
Definitely the Winter Soldier for Alex Anzalone.
Well, let's not get too far
He's
ahead.
not even on the list right now.
Yeah.
He's not on the list this year. He's what's up, Doc? He's not even on the list this year. I like him for this. This is me. You could have had that for a linebacker, but I think you'll like where I have the linebacker.
Okay.
'Cause there's only one linebacker that I had a picture to.
All right.
And I don't believe that linebacker was Captain America. I don't.
Okay.
Although, that's not bad. That isn't bad. Here's another one. Here's a fan favorite. You guys love David Montgomery so much that I had to put him on here as well, number 5. And I think this is a pretty good comparable. Tell me what you think. This reminds me of my Saturday cartoons back in the day. I'm going to give Dave Montgomery Beast.
This comparison is too real.
I love this.
I'm telling you, Beast is one of those Marvel characters that is a true badass, but he doesn't ever show it. He's always so cerebral, so chill, so docile, relaxed. He's all about the team.
So it's about the attitude.
100%. He's making sure, Wolverine is not off doing something crazy. He's making sure Professor Xavier can get the messages to Scott, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's what Dave Montgomery is. He is a man of the people. He is a politician for the Lions. But don't get it twisted. If you need David Montgomery to come in that game and bust up some heads, that is exactly what Beast does when he needs in the pinch, in the crunch. I like that. He is dependable. Beast is dependable. He's swole. Beast is swole. So, yeah, this is what I believe it to be.
I love where your head is at because you're going.
I'm working.
It's a deep dive.
Yeah.
Now y'all get it.
Yeah, now I get it. I think Beast. I would have guessed Aiden Hutchinson here. So I understand the line of thinking.
Now, so you like it now? You see where I'm
I
going?
didn't say I liked it. I just said I understand the line.
I'm trying to go deep.
Pause. All right, you got one more offensive player.
I'm done pausing. I'm 42. I ain't pausing.
No, it's too fun, man.
Nope.
You gotta keep
I'm
doing
not
it.
pausing in life, man. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna own it. All right, one more offensive, and let's take a break and then do the defense. You want to do that, or you just want to roll through?
We can take one quick one.
All
Yeah,
right, cool.
that'd be dope.
All right, let's do that.
Let the
then.
people put their comments in the chat as well, what they think.
Last one. Now, this is somebody that we want to see more of this year. Some injuries last year. There was some reworking of the offense. This is a guy that a lot of people want to see. It's number 87. It's Sam Laporta. And I got a character for him. This is a fun character. What about Korg from the Thor movies as well as Avengers? What about my guy Korg?
What's his name? I'm sorry.
Korg.
Cord?
Korg. K-O-R-D.
R-D-O-G.
Yes.
Korg.
Korg is strong as I don't know what. He's very chill. He's simple, and that's not a disrespectful term, if you will. I think that's Sam Laporta, man. Just happy-go-lucky, chill, simple. You know, hey, what's going on? Hey,
Okay.
how you doing? But when the game's on the line, when you need to play, if you need him to block, you need him to catch somebody, he will jump over you. He will run you over. Remember the situation 2 years ago with the knee injury. He got hit in the knee and kept it moving. Set out a game, came back, scored the touchdown in his first game back. He's a guy that he can put it on the line when he needs to. Like Cord. He's chill, though.
I like it.
Trying to get other characters.
I don't know Cord.
Yeah.
I trust Braylon Edwards in the association with Laporta and Cord.
He has a very good demeanor. He's very funny. So, Korg for Sam Laporta. Take a quick break. We'll come back with the defense. We got some good ones on that one.
Hey, let's rock.
Summer's heating up, and Feldman's clearing space for the incoming new models. That means massive markdowns during Feldman's hot summer sale. Get a 2025 Silverado for just $189 a month, or this 2026 Equinox for just $209 a month. Inventory's moving fast, and when it's gone, it's gone. So don't sweat the search. Just get to Feldman. More locations, more inventory, more ways to save. The hot summer sale is on at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Okay, so Planet Fitness, perfect segue into this because this is all about superheroes and the way they look. And then right after this, we're going to talk with JP, Dr. Jeff Pierce. He's going to help you with the way you look and the way you feel. So let's get to the defensive side of things in a moment.
All right, let's get to the defensive side of things. Who's up first? Oh, there it is, Lee McNeil. Lee McNeil, I thought the thing would be a good one. He is a wrecking ball in the middle of that line last year. I told you what I felt about the game against the Colts and Quentin Nelson. I hadn't seen Quentin Nelson get dish rag like that maybe ever in his career. Aleem was responsible for it. Thing doesn't get any credit because people didn't like the Fantastic Four back in the day. Like, it's kind of like a joke of a comic book, if you will. It's getting a little more notoriety now. But Thing is the real deal. He used to go toe-to-toe with the Hulk. He didn't beat him, but he did go toe-to-toe, and I feel like that's who Aleem McNeil is. Aleem and Panay, I'm glad we never got to see that battle because it wouldn't end well for the landscape around it. But the thing for Aleem McNeil, what say you?
Absolutely love it, man. And you bring up the fact that he went out there and he showed great improvement this year. Yeah. Not just taking the next step forward, but I'm saying like from a standpoint of absolute, this guy is a problem. Remember, there were two guys that said were $20 million men, Zeitler. And only one of those guys is looking like it, and this Aleem McNeil right here. I like this one right here.
Here's the deep dive that you look for with the Thing and Aleem McNeil. Thing is one of the individuals for that Fantastic Four. He's kind of like the moral compass. He's the one that takes care of the group. When Reed Richards wants to get off into doing his own thing and his arrogance cost them, which is how they turned into the event for the Fantastic Four in the first place, here comes the Thing. When Johnny Storm wants to run around, Manhattan, whatever the city is, chasing after chicks and forgetting to save the city, who's the guy that has to get him? It's the Thing. I feel like that's who Aleem McNeil is for that defense. He was the anchor for that defensive line, and I really think when Alex Anzalone is out, when Aiden Hutchinson is out, Jack Campbell became the green dot, but Aleem McNeil was the big guy in the middle, and I think he was the one that was holding it down.
Yeah, they're going to miss him.
100%. So I think that's what this Thing is for.
You know what we're missing? We really need like a little fireplace back here.
A little kid.
And it's story time with Braylon. I mean, he tells these stories about these characters.
I got to get a smoking
so
jacket.
Perfectly well. Yeah, a little pipe, a little smoking jacket with an ascot. It would work out perfect for you.
Story time with Braylon Edwards.
Yes.
Today it's
there you go.
That'd be the voice. Yeah. All right, who we got rocking and rolling there? This is the one I want to change. I think I was a little lazy on this one. I was a little lazy on Kirby Joseph. So before we show it, I'll tell you what I thought. I went Black Panther. I dove into it. I don't think Kirby's Black Panther. I don't think he's T'Challa. I don't think he leads and plays that way. I think he's more of a Deadpool. I would put Kirby Joseph as the Deadpool. Deadpool has all the personality. He's got all the jokes. He cracks all the jokes. He goes after the other teams. He has no problem with it, much like Deadpool, in your face with all the jokes.
Yeah.
But when it's time to fight, when it's time to get on that battlefield, you don't want no smoke with Wade Wilson. Wade Wilson can put it down with anybody, and the best of them. I think that's what Kirby Joseph is. All the jokes during the week, when Sunday comes, it's not that funny out there with 31. He's all business, and I think that's what Deadpool is in the comic book. So give me Deadpool for Kirby Joseph and replace Black Panther.
You know what?
Okay.
That was a good breakdown. You remember the Green Bay game? The whole week leading up.
Yep.
We heard Tucker Kraft running his mouth. And it wasn't just that Kirby showed out. It was that he went looking for him after the game. Like, where he at? Where is he at?
That's Deadpool.
Like, oh, he ain't talking now. I don't even see him. You were thinking about this.
Well, then who's Black Panther?
Nobody.
Oh, he's out.
Maybe Tyrion Arnold.
Who's Pink Panther?
Steve Martin. Steve Martin.
Jeff,
quick one.
Jeff Pierce loved that one.
All
right,
Okay. Is that it, or is there another one?
How many left?
Brian Branch.
2.
Three. We're doing fast. Do I need to explain this one? Brian Branch is Wolverine, or Weapon X, as I like to call him. Like, he does it all. He plays with ruthless aggression as well. He's Wolverine. Or Logan, however you want to classify.
I actually like that one.
Yeah. Here we go. And then this is who I chose for Jack Campbell.
Who the hell is that?
Drax the Destroyer. His only mission is his mission. He is all about doing things the right way, and the mission is to destroy. I think that's who Jack Campbell is. He's not gonna say much.
Okay.
He's just gonna get in there and get it done. But as his character developed in the MC universe, started getting funnier, started taking chances, started being more cool. I think that's what you'll see out of Jack as his career develops. First couple years, super quiet. He's all about football. You'll see some personality show this year moving forward. Okay. Give me Drax the Destroyer. And then go ahead, next one. Aiden Hutchinson has to be Thor.
See,
Aiden has to be Thor.
He knows. I'm sitting here jumping the gun, saying, I thought Aiden Hutchinson would fit here. Now, you got the right fit. Yeah,
I'm not saying Aiden's my favorite Detroit Lion, but Thor is my favorite Avenger in the series. I think he's just as strong as Hulk. Like, he's immortal. I think he has a big heart in there. He cares about the mission. He cares about the team. But he's a badass. He do it on his own too, and he does it in his own way, much like 97 coming off the end. I think he's Thor, not Alex Anzalone. I know he has the hair, but 97 is more Thor than 37.
I like that.
Me.
You got the coach.
And then the head coach, come on, man. You know what time it is. All we got to do is get him my eye patch. And Dan Campbell is Nick Fury. Nick Fury used to be in the field. Dan Campbell used to play in the league. Nick Fury does not miss a chance to get out there and get active and get excited and get the troops going. Same with your boy Dan Campbell. He is a leader, but he's leading because he's been there before. And I think he is your Nick Fury for this Avengers Detroit Lion edition. And that's top 10 the right way.
You put a lot of thought into that.
I did. I care about the show. I care about the people.
I like that. Well, I'll be honest with you. I was really looking forward to a Braylon breakdown.
Not this?
No, until, now you've changed my mind. I can adjust. So when you take it through that, that was entertaining for me. It was also educational for me.
I appreciate Ryan Lentz in the back. He made this so freaking easy, like going with back and forth in the same look. That's
work,
called
man.
teamwork.
That is really good work. Yeah.
Like
hey, speaking of badasses, Jeff Pierce is in the house. What's up, Doc? How you doing, man?
Shout out to the Doc.
I'm good. I'm sitting here in awe for multiple reasons.
Okay, talk to me.
Multiple reasons. I've said, like, we talk medical and you come up with some detailed stuff, like, and you spark a little out of me, but this Avenger, you're better. What is it? Little Caesars pushing Avenger pizza right now?
There you go.
You're pushing Avenger Lions.
That's
a lot. That's a lot of depth.
Yeah.
Comic book hero, who would you be?
Pink Panther.
I love it.
Can I get in and out?
Shout out to Pink Panther. He is. He's so good. He's so good.
Were you a big Marvel comic guy? Were you a DC comic guy? What were you, if at all?
I've been known to be the largest animation collector in the state.
Whoa. In the state?
In the state. So I was very into I'm the Bugs Bunny, though, Mickey Mouse, Dr. Seuss. I never turned to the Avenger thing because I fortunately got to meet some of the guys who like the Chuck Joneses and stuff like that.
Shout out to Chuck Jones.
So that,
Looney
you know,
Tunes?
for those that don't know, Chuck Jones is the creator of Bugs Bunny and all that. And Fritz
Bugs Bunny's
Freeling.
birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it really?
And then-
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just
Yo, Encyclopedia Britannica, bro. That's
Britannica.
How do you know that? Well, no, stop. Who knows Bugs Bunny's birthday?
Did you not just see the breakdown he did?
That's wild, but that's
We're gonna do
I got some animation issues apparently.
We're gonna
That is
we'll
called
do a
that is called
breakdown.
show prep.
That
That is
yeah,
anticipating
show
that JP's going to be here,
Right.
going to talk about that.
That's film.
That
That's
is
film.
that is breaking down. That's why it's called Braylon's breakdown, dude.
That's
Let's
wild.
L-U-C-K.
That's it.
A little bit of love.
That's probably the most impressive thing I've seen all month.
No, that's pretty good.
Easy.
You gotta
No,
set
but
your
it was fun. I mean, I love, like, I can connect more to that. The Avengers stuff, it's a little not.
I got you.
It's not real. It's real.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Bugs
compare it to
Bunny's-
WWE.
Bugs Bunny's really real,
WWE. It's real, but it's a little. Where Bugs Bunny, you know, it's
that's
down
100%.
and dirty.
Yeah, that's 100%
You
real
know,
right there.
It was Chuck,
Road, huh?
it's Chuck Jones and Mel Blunt. They're the
Yeah,
creators.
Mel Blunt
was the voice of
The
all
voice-
the
he's the voice, right,
characters.
right.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate to get to the studios to see how they did it back in the day, where there wasn't the computers. They were drawing. There were teams of drawers and things like that. So how like the Flintstones, like when you always saw the Flintstones, there was only a part of the film that was actually moving. Everything else was static.
Yeah.
Like the starter where they're kind of pedaling their car.
Flintstones,
So that was the only moving part, right? So
Flintstones is, I like Hanna-Barbera in spurts, but Flintstones is one of those ones, and don't shoot me.
the Jetsons. Don't forget the Jetsons.
But I'm saying like Flintstones are just okay. I like Bam Bam, and I like Barney's like kind of simple wit at times, but I didn't. Flintstones.
But
were,
you're
I love the
you're a
Jetsons.
decade behind me, so we didn't
A
have
couple.
all those choices.
Yeah, right.
Decade plus.
Decade plus.
Yeah.
Folks, I
was
would
trying-
ask you. I
I
would
was
ask you,
trying to
find me
lessen
another
me.
show. Find me another show where you can break down Marvel and DC Comics
Yeah,
and Bugs Bunny and Hanna-Barbera.
Hey, you know
And
what?
talk about
We have-
season opener in the same day.
Yeah. And the trade deadline.
And I was gonna say, shout out to Braylon. I gotta put you on the spot. 'Cause I got
Okay.
the tacos.
Yeah,
He
right.
got
Yeah,
the
why
team
don't you
food,
finish
man.
eating first?
right?
Yeah.
So shout out to Braylon.
Keep it at the home. It's all good.
right.
We in with the crib right now.
But middle-aged sneaker chick, $2 super chat says y'all gotta clip that whole segment. Way to go, Bray. She loved the comparisons.
I
Good job.
appreciate that, man. Like, look, middle-aged sneaker chick, she gives the best compliments, so I was waiting to give one. So I appreciate you. Let's clip that. I was waiting for somebody to ask me what was gonna be mine, like if I had one. I was waiting for that.
Hey,
Well,
Braylon,
that's what I thought
If you
the
could be a
question was.
superhero, which one would you be?
Magneto.
Why?
First of all, Magneto is one of the strongest superheroes there is.
Okay.
Two,
And
he's
cerebral.
misunderstood, much like me.
Yeah,
Like, he's
that's right.
very misunderstood, much like me. Like, he really wants to do well. He's just impatient. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't like the government and the issues and things that are going on, so he went on about his own way. But deep down in there, it's a good dude that cares about, his people. Plus,
Like that.
you don't want no smoke, man. He controls all the metals in this earth. Like, he's a badass. Give me Magneto.
Interesting.
I don't have an answer for that.
Me either.
All right. So golf outing is Monday. We actually
I'll be
Your
there.
golf outing is Monday?
my
It
golf outing for Athletes Unlimited.
Shout out.
We're in the
Ricky,
logo.
did you get that invite?
Nah.
You're
I'm
all
not ready.
invited.
No,
Did-
we'll be
Kool-Aid, did you get that invite?
Shep, we're doing the show. We're there.
Yeah,
I
you're
think,
there.
Maybe.
We'll be in the door.
So we actually did a talk today with one of our prestige athletes, Jimmy Mosheri, who was one of our king basketball players that now is 30-something years old. He started golfing, and he's now making the version of the PGA for adaptive sports golf.
Nice.
So he's qualified 3 years in a row.
Very cool.
And there's a kid out of Utah that's kicking his butt, he said. So we're getting support. But we actually
Okay.
talked to a group of individuals, and very moving, and it was wonderful how people actually gave right on the spot.
How long does it take now? He probably just started playing golf.
No, he's been playing for 8 years.
Hey, okay, all right.
But you gotta have the adaptive equipment. You stand up. It's a special cart. It's an adaptive cart that your clubs are on, and you push a button and it stands him up, and he'll swing. He's a T10 para. So it means about just around the belly button, he's impaired everything down below. So he has his upper body, but no lower body, strength or ability to do things.
You know what? I respect those types of athletes perhaps more than any other, just because they will not let anything hold them down. They're not going to let what happened to them dictate whether or not they're going to do something, try something, or enjoy something. So I have a nephew who is like that, okay?
Oh, really?
So, yeah, my nephew's in a wheelchair. He was an outstanding hockey player. He's an all-state hockey player. Won a state championship at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And unfortunately was paralyzed from the breastbone down in a skiing accident, okay?
In a what?
Snowboarding skiing accident.
Yeah.
Okay? He goes out and plays golf. He plays hockey. He goes to clubs. He dances. He's not going to let any of that stuff stop. He is an inspiration. People like that are inspiring to me.
It is, and that fortunately I've had the ability. All my kids have been born after I started this, so they've been in it, and it's just
good.
It's a sense of you're right. It gives you a good baseline of what reality really is like. How fortunate we are. And we talk about that. I've talked about that on this show a lot, especially if you come to the outing. It's this social media me world, and if you come out, and if you can't change your mind or attitude after seeing what these people go through the day just to get up and brush their teeth, and you're complaining about your hair doesn't look right, or your shirt's wrinkled, it's just there's no hope for you.
But it's not just them. I think it's their significant others, the people who are really important in their lives every single day, who also aid them in that, and their commitment to that person. It tells you something about that person.
Oh
too,
yeah,
I think,
those people are underrated every day.
Yeah,
I mean what we're going through, but that's really I'm not here to get on the sob story and the woe's me. They are I have so many individuals at Olympic level, national championship levels, that say my injury was a blessing in disguise. Some people are like, if this gunshot wounds, we have a lot of gunshot individuals in Detroit. They're like, I should have been killed, but my calling, I've taken a whole different direction. Like our main guy out of Detroit that runs the the new Rim Foundation. But there's a lot of good stories there. We'd love for everybody to come out. Definitely check out Athletes Unlimited and what we're doing, but we'll get on to some sports injuries if you want.
No, we don't have to necessarily get on to sports injuries. I just want to say I appreciate the work that you've done. I had a chance to go to a golf outing last year, the year before that. I've gone to your event at Top Golf now. This will be the fourth year that I've gone to, and I've seen these athletes, man. They're like you said, they do not care about, don't feel bad for me, woe is me. These are some athletes. They put the time in, they put the work in, they're passionate, they're strong, they're confident in what they've been doing. And I love being around them. A lot of times, this is the very first time that I went, Doc, and I don't think I've ever shared this with you, I went in more of an empathetical, sympathetical space. That's what my mindset was ready to walk in. So I'm going to go there and say, hey, how's it going? Boom, boom, boom. That's not what it was. The energy I was met with at the door was the same energy that I operate with. And it told me, it just showed me a different form of life. And I appreciate meeting these athletes each year in and year out. Some great people, man, some great stories. And they will tell you about it. I've met at least 6 great athletes that I've talked to since your event as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's moving. I don't mean to be rude when I say if you can't figure it out with something like this, but it puts it in perspective. I can't keep saying it enough, and I love have done it, but really it's them. It's like at the talk, it wasn't me talking, it was Jimmy talking, and it was funny. He said I had to decide between buying a car or my adaptive golf chair, which was $30,000. I can't justify doing this, but with places like Athletes Unlimited and what we do and what we bring, our motto is, life isn't supposed to be a spectator sport. We want everybody active, everybody on the show, impaired, not impaired, overweight, overage. We want that activity. I believe in the activity. It's a healthier way of living. Like they say, sports is the outlet. Sometimes we get too emotional about it, but it's our outlet for other things, right? So like we get all crazy on Woodward Sports about the Lions or the Tigers losing, 12 out of 13 or whatever it was. We're emotionally passionate. Is that a distraction? Is it truly like, what is our real purpose of getting so crazy about it or getting in fights at stadiums? Like the European, like, why do we do it? I don't have an answer for that. I love to hear the chat, why we get so emotional about it, or why do, certain people think, like, what are you getting so emotional about? Mm-hmm. So there's a passion there. Same thing with music. Something just hits you internally that you connect to it. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is for these impaired athletes. And for them to be, when I started this almost 30 years ago now, there wasn't the outlets we have now. We have 44 different sports that you can currently play. Wow. My son, for next summer, we're starting a lacrosse team here that my son and his group will start here. And over in Grand Rapids, they have an active sports team that's in lacrosse. So there's a lot going on out there.
That's really cool.
I encourage everybody, instead of spending an extra 2 hours on your cell phone, help somebody else, pass it forward. So all right, we'll get off that horse.
We have talked a little bit already today about the trade deadline, and there's concerns that people have, and rightfully so, I think, when the Tigers go out and they acquire somebody who's injured, all right? And case in point is Paul Sewald, one of their bullpen guys. He has what is considered moderate teres major strain after undergoing an MRI. It's a shoulder issue. Can you help us with that clarification on what a moderate teres major strain is in the shoulder, what it prevents, and the usual amount of time it takes to heal something like that, even though I know that can be a very dangerous slope that you ride down?
Rotator cuff.
What'd you say?
Rotator cuff. I'm messing with you.
One of the minor rotator cuff muscles. Yeah. So there's the supra and the infraspinatus, which are the major ones that everybody knows about. Subscap and the teres minor. It's more in that shoulder movement. It's not as important. It's when you say a mild strain, MRI doesn't show any tears. It probably shows more inflammation and tendinosis, which is very receptive to some secret sauces out there that can be done. Obviously, doesn't have, there's no surgical indications here. So these things are usually a 6 week at most.
Okay.
And when you start pushing and focusing and getting the inflammation out and strengthening, then he can be productive in a shorter period of time of that. So we're probably looking at 3 to 4 weeks.
From the time of the injury, though, right?
So it's like time of the injury is different, right? Time of the injury is, I tweaked it, but I kept going. It's a time when you recognize and start the treatment for it. Because if you go on a slightly injured, like those things can be slightly injured. It's like it doesn't feel right to a player that's immature, right? So when you're immature, you're like, I'm going to work through it. Well, he's actually causing a little bit more micro trauma. So when we start the clock, it's really from the time we notice it.
Yeah, I guess I literally just found this out. I appreciate the explanation. Probably makes people understand a little bit more. But literally moments ago, according to the Detroit News, Paul Sewald has been transferred to the 60-day IL.
Whoa. So 60 days. So they're going for the 6 week thing.
Yeah, but they just traded for him, Doc, today.
Oh, yeah, that's
okay. So when people say,
I wonder what
it really helps their bullpen. Yeah. Not him. He's placed on the 60-day IL and is unavailable.
Yeah. There
you go. How's that grab you?
That's the way to end the show. That's the way to end the show.
They should be watching the show.
Yeah.
Man.
Maybe watching our segment a little bit closer.
Need you on the staff. That's what they need, apparently.
Man, that is brutal.
Well, where are we at 60 days? What are we right now?
Basically August. So 60 days. You're talking about right smack dab in October.
All right, so let's spin that, right?
Yeah.
I'm always spinning to glass half full.
Okay. So available for the playoffs.
You're talking about a guy with great quality, great ability that's going to come in fresh.
I'm spinning on the other side. He's also going to be way out of rhythm and coming off an injury.
Thank you.
And you're needing him in the peak time for you, which is playoffs.
Thank you.
When it's getting
Are you
cold.
working devil's advocate here?
No, he's logical. He's working logical,
I mean,
which is exactly right. That's exactly right.
You play
Was it a good, like, can we go hindsight Monday morning quarterback? Yeah. Was it the best move? Can he be a long-term play? Yeah. Can he? Yeah. These guys, the rhythm, I understand what you're trying to say, but they're professionals. They're not, they're not coming out of high school. These guys have ways to simulate their game time ready, their mental ready. We're talking August, right?
Yeah.
We're going to playoffs when?
October.
September. October.
September, October. You're talking about 2 to 2.5 months before you're in the thick of it. There's plenty of rhythm.
Wait a minute. During those 2 months, Doc, it's not like he's throwing off to the side because it's a shoulder injury. If he hurt his leg or his ankle for a short period of time, or he pulled some type of rib cage muscle, I could almost understand it. This is his arm that he throws with.
Right. So he's going to be down.
Yeah.
But 60 days doesn't mean he's healed. He's recovered and healing. So it's not like he's laying dormanted for 60 days. He's not eating bonbons, and he's rehabbing. He's throwing it. In 2 weeks he could be moving at 50%, moving that needle there. So that's more how I see it. That's how we look at it for a second.
Okay.
60 days, you're ready to come back to play.
Yeah.
So that means he's starting to throw
before then.
In 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks.
All right. Then the red flag isn't as pronounced. It's a guy who's only thrown 15 innings all year.
I live in a glass of half full, so
I like it.
You have like all the information.
You're calming us
you
down.
can live half full when you're doctor. You got the inside scoop on everything.
You don't have to be emotional.
Exactly.
Right.
You kind of know.
That is well done. Okay.
The injury inside.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We always appreciate you, the knowledge. Monday, right? Monday, the golf outing.
Monday, the golf
Where's it at?
Oak Point Country Club in Brighton. We have spots available. We have donations available. We have, if people want to donate gift cards or anything, we take it all. We don't say no to anything.
That's a beautiful
And
thing.
it's more
And we
for
will be
awareness.
there.
Yeah.
Are we doing the Braylon Edwards show from there?
We are.
Looking forward to
Yeah,
it. Always
absolutely.
looking forward to seeing you. Tell the family we said hello.
We will.
We appreciate everybody
Can't
in
wait
the
to see
chat. Make sure you follow us on social medias. We had some really good conversation. The main man will not be here tomorrow. He's going to Jets training camp.
Get a chance to interview Aaron Glenn.
And he's going to talk with Aaron Glenn. On Monday, he'll have a ton of great stories. We will have a ton of good content for you tomorrow here on the Braylon Edwards Show, 2 to 4, Woodward Sports. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody.
Hog smash.
Ever wonder what goes on inside the game?
Deep ball's got a man and got him. Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Join Braylon Edwards and Shep
Edwards has it. 10-5. Touchdown.
on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep,
Ball looks in zone. Got Edwards for the touchdown.
where they dive deep into the heart of sports. Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m., they're bringing you expert analysis, exclusive interviews, and a fresh perspective on the sports you love. Don't miss it, only on the Woodward Sports Network.